Okay, started the recording. Everybody following my stream here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh
music's
no.
on. We're gonna set off. All right, welcome everyone to Mothership. You guys have been a crew working together for some time now on the Albatross with your AI Clank, and you guys wake up to being let out of your cryo sleep. Your pods open up as you all step out, seeing Clank waiting for you in the cryo chamber room. You guys have arrived at the company building known as AVP Laboratories. Heading inside, you're going to have a wellness check and check-in with your crew here. As you guys walk in, you are met with an individual who just kind of catches you all. Hey everyone, name's Orion, just follow me. And he starts kind of walking you through these labs. He brings you over to a room, sets you down in a sort of lobby, and after a few moments, you see a sort of door with some shades that are pulled down, cracks open, and you see an individual standing there in a loose-fitting suit with a clipboard in his hand. And he says, hello everyone, I'm your wellness officer. Who'd like to go first?
Guess let's get this over with.
All
I
right,
don't
so
wanna
you
step
walk
up.
into the room. If you could describe us what you look like and what your name is, please.
Yeah, I'm a tall Indian man, pretty rough looking, a lot of scars, a lot of scratches, bearded, and just like light muscle mass. Has nothing crazy. Been out of working out for a while.
Okay.
That's about it. Regular garb.
You take a seat, and he says, I'm your wellness officer here aboard the station. My name is Mr. Blackwell, but you can call me David. The company likes to offer wellness checks here from time to time to see how our new recruits are doing. I will let you know that this is being recorded for training purposes. Is that okay?
Yeah, whatever.
Please state your name and occupation.
Name's Raj, Marine.
If you could, describe yourself as a person for me.
Describe myself as a person. Not really into all that foo-foo shit. More of just a man's man.
Do you have anything that has great meaning to you?
My rifle.
And do you have something that defines you? Maybe some symbol that you identify with?
Nah, the core. That's all I
And where do
That's
you
all
see
I know.
yourself in the next 5 years?
Either dead or still here with these pieces of shit.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Raj. If you could send in the next one.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna walk out and just, I don't know. And why don't you get in there? I'm gonna walk away.
All right.
All right, we'll get this over with.
All right. Amelia, you
okay.
start walking in. Can you describe what you look like?
My character is a 6-foot blonde short hair. Guess average American.
White
About
boy.
190 pounds.
Sure.
Blue overalls, work boots.
Hello. My name is
Hi.
Mr. Blackwell. I will be your wellness officer aboard the station today. You can call me David if you'd like. The company likes to offer wellness checks from time to time to see if our new recruits see how they're doing. I'll let you know that this is being recorded for training purposes. Is that okay?
David, that is a-okay.
If you would, state your name and occupation for me.
David, my name is Captain Thanos, and I'm the captain of this vessel.
If you could describe yourself as a person.
Yeah, I'm a good, hard-working man. That's all I ever wanted to do. Just wanted to work hard and serve the public.
And do you have anything that has great meaning to you?
Of course, my ship.
How about something that defines you? Maybe a symbol that you identify with?
How about, and I show him my patch, these 2 wrenches that are in X formation.
Okay. And where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, Thanos?
Hopefully still alive running this rig with my crew. They've been a trusty crew. I love them.
Perfect. If you wouldn't mind sending in the next one. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Well, let these old bones get moving.
All right, you walk in, and what do you look like, Zeke?
I'll actually pull it up. I'd say, uncannily like John Carpenter.
Okay.
I think I look exactly like John
Dude, that
Carpenter.
looks horrifying, and that
Yeah.
like still you just showed us. That still is like we're getting no darks.
Like
It's all lights.
Like a
hollow
solid
black
maybe like
eyes.
5'8", old, probably 80-year-old looking white man, kind of wrinkly, got a little bit of a beard going, like a mustache, like the Dick Van Dyke mustache, and a little bit of chin piece, and very heavily balding, completely white hair.
Sure. Well, hello there. I am your wellness officer here at the board of the station. My name is Mr. Blackwell, but you can call me David. The company likes to offer wellness checks from time to time to see how our new recruits are doing. I will let you know that this is being recorded for training purposes. Is that all right with you?
Of course, David.
If you wouldn't mind stating your name and occupation.
Name,
Whoa.
Rufus Bonert.
Whoa. Tool? Hold on.
Hell yeah,
Whoa.
Rufus.
Yeah,
Rufus is the savior in this story.
Yeah, Rufus protagonist.
All right, there we go. All right, continue.
Enter Rufus.
Name, Rufus Bonert. Occupation, scientist.
If you would describe yourself as a person for me, please.
Busy, I suppose.
Do you have anything that has great meaning to you, Rufus?
My research.
How about something that defines you? A symbol that you identify with?
I try not to attach myself too much.
And where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Probably right above a microscope, I suppose.
Perfect. If you wouldn't mind sending in the next one, please.
Perfect.
All right, you make your way out. Who's going in next? We got Jake and Kyle left.
You go ahead. I'm nervous.
I say no, please, Henry. After you.
Well, if you insist.
All right, well, it's nice to meet you. What do you look like, Kyle, as you walk in?
Roughly 6'2", 6'3", a little taller fella. White. I've got on a cap, and under that cap is some shaggy hair about down toward my neck, a little unkempt, and a handlebar mustache up front. And just in the space age equivalent of Dickies.
I'm your wellness officer here aboard the station. My name is Mr. Blackwell, but you can call me David. The company likes to offer wellness checks from time to time to see how our new recruits are doing. I will let you know that this is being recorded for training purposes. Is that all right with you?
Fine by me, David.
If you wouldn't mind stating your name and occupation.
I'm a scientist aboard this vessel, the Albatross.
And your name?
Oh, sorry. It's Henry.
If you wouldn't mind describing yourself as a person, Henry.
I tend to move from one job to the next, but I've been sticking to this ship for some time now. Like to think I'm resourceful, and if we need some scratch, I can find it. Or I could keep us afloat, whatever we need.
And do you have anything that has great meaning to you?
My trade.
What about something that defines you? Maybe a symbol that you identify with?
On my patch here, I've always kept a black hole.
Does that mean anything to you?
Oh, there's something daring about it. Others fear it, and I can't stop being curious about it.
The cosmos are a curious place. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm still on this ship. Wouldn't be surprised if I wasn't. But I'm hoping to be here.
Well, all right. Would you mind sending in the final recruit?
Gladly.
All right, Jake, as you make your way into the door, what do we see?
I'm Paul. I'm 6'6".
Damn.
I'm swarthy.
That's a lot of Paul.
Tall ass android.
I'm racially ambiguous. It's not clear what I am.
Okay.
Hey, bro,
What
can you put
color are
sober
you?
on right now?
I'm absolutely chiseled.
What color are you?
Like skin?
Yeah. If you're
I'm like
racially
a-
ambiguous,
I'm like a replicant. It's just like
Yeah,
brown.
just like okay, I was gonna say like
It's just
like
like
fucking gray
unclear.
or something. Yeah. Okay.
No. Just like brown.
Sure.
And I've got dents in my head, like I'm obviously refurbished, like repurposed from another project. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Well, hello there. I'm your wellness officer aboard the station. My name is Mr. Blackwell, but you can call me David. The company likes to offer wellness checks from time to time to see how our new recruits are doing. I'll let you know that this is being recorded for training purposes. Is that all right with you?
Yes, David.
If you wouldn't mind stating your name and occupation.
My name's Fido. I work on a foundry.
And if you would, describe yourself as a person.
I'd be happy to, David, but I am not a person, so I'm not able to describe that to you.
Understood? Do you have anything that has great meaning to you?
The company.
And what is something that defines you? Some symbol that you identify with?
The company.
And where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
The company.
Good answers, Fido. With all that being said, I think I'll follow you out and give you a breakdown of the mission ahead of you. As he, ushers you out of this room, you find yourself standing in this small lobby with David, and he looks at all of you and says, "So, your retrieval contract begins once these wellness checks are over, and they are. You are supposed to be en route to pick up a one Dr. Sean Loretto from mining site Omulon 14, just outside of the Hephaesto Rim, and you should leave as soon as you're ready. Any questions for me?"
Now let's get a move on.
Can you repeat that information, please? Sean
Absolutely.
Loretto, where?
It'll be in your
Jesus
log, but
Christ.
yes, you are going to Omulon 14. It is a mining site outside the Hephaesto Rim, and you're going to pick up a one Dr. Sean Loretto.
Sean Loretto. Okay, I got it.
He will have a sample that you will be bringing back to AVP for further studying.
Ooh.
Alrighty, good luck, gentlemen. And he walks out. As you guys do as well, you are ushered back through AVP Research Facility, which is AVP Laboratories, where you have been built, Jake. So there, you are of this company here. And I think the Albatross and this crew probably has done a lot of work for AVP Labs in the past. Generally, cargo type jobs. Shipping one thing, escorts, things like that. But you all make your way out back onto the Albatross. You close the airlocks behind you as Orion says his goodbyes, and you set off. You have a 7-day trip to Omulon 14, and you are welcome to either stay aboard and lively, do things around the ship as you see fit, or you are also welcome to go pop yourself right into these cryo chambers down here and just sleep for 7 days until you arrive. Fido, being your resident android, as well as Clank, being your onboard AI system, can very easily handle themselves if you're just driving around. So it's up to you.
Is Clank a physical entity, or is he just like a voice?
Clank is like... It's like...
He's like Gladys?
He's like Gladys, or he's like Bixby. He's
Okay.
like... Whatever the Apple one is that
Jarvis.
I can't think of right now. It's like Jarvis.
Jarvis.
Yeah.
Siri.
It's like Siri. Yeah, you can
Okay.
chat with it. You can ask it to do certain things, but you being the android, you're gonna have priority. So like I'm, at least the way that we played it in the last one shot, depending on how or if you want to, you could have like a part of your body that you could jack into the system. Like your finger could open up and you could put it in, and then you could of manual override into the system. And at that point, Clank is obsolete. Like at that point, you run the show. So Clank is there for updates, general like, hey, can you close off the O2 to that room or something like that? Things like that where it's minor level. It can handle the ship's autopilot, things like that.
Okay.
But yeah, y'all hop back on the Albatross and you're getting ready to go. You doing cryo chambers, or are you doing actual out there hanging out?
I'd like to elbow Raj in the ribs and say, more like David Shitwell.
Yeah, don't touch me, robot. I'm gonna go to the cryo chambers. Wake
apologies,
me up when
Raj.
we get there. I don't want to storm off to the cryo chamber. And I want to be murmuring to myself as I'm walking off, fucking pencil pusher robot piece of shit. I'm walking away.
Okay. All right, Raj doesn't like the bots.
Classic Raj.
A fucking
I
canner.
I turned to Thanos. Should I turn my humor settings down, sir? It appears I've angered one of the crew members.
No, you're fine. Don't mind him. He's always like this.
Understood.
Anything, I could turn them up.
Yeah, how high do you want to crank him, Henry? Max them out.
Only as high as the captain wants.
I love a good joke.
I look at Henry and I just shrug.
Okay. Y'all
That
get on
means don't
board.
touch him.
We have Raj going over to the cryo chambers. Is anyone else going to the cryo chambers?
I'm going to the science lab.
All right. Off to the science lab. So, you all set off for your 7-day trip. On this 7-day trip, I'll give you a brief breakdown of some of the things that you have on board so you can easily know what you have going forward. In the bridge up here at the top, there is a closet in there. That closet is only accessible by the captain. We have the captain's quarters down here, also only accessible by the captain, with a special locker inside. You guessed it, only accessible by the captain. So, some of the things that you guys have on board here. In the bridge, there is inside the closet, there are binoculars, there's an emergency beacon, assorted tools, and there is an explosives and detonator. In the captain's quarters, you have your locker that is full of specific little kit for you. You have a HUD, a Mohab unit, a flare gun, and a revolver. In the science lab, there is a bioscanner, a Geiger counter, a first aid kit, and cybernetic diagnostics scanner. In the cargo bay on the left side there, that big room over here, you have mag boots, oxygen tank, paracord 50 meters, a patch kit, portable computer terminal, 4 vac suits, which is actually going to be... No, you have an android. We have 4 vac suits, 10 chem lights, which are like glow-in-the-dark, snappy, little sticks, and then another explosives and detonator. In the med bay, we have a first aid kit, a stim pack, radiation pills, a mylar blanket, a personal locator, a foldable stretcher, and a med scanner. In the life support bay, we have a water filtration device, as well as an oxygen tank. And lastly, the engine room, mainframe, cryo chambers, and crew quarters, as well as the lavatory and the pantry, have all the things that you would normally expect. The galley here in the center is very much, think of that main room in Alien where they have the big table and they eat together. The pantry is where the food and kitchen is. It's not anywhere that you would eat. You eat out in the galley. Lavatory is where bathrooms and showers are. And the crew quarters are, in my head, generally 1 room per person. There's no need for like sleeping cubbies. You're not that pressed for space on this ship. Yeah, no bunks or anything like that. And on top of all that equipment, there is non-game equipment in there as well. Like in the science lab, there's a whole bunch of medical equipment, and like microscopes and containment holding chambers for specimens and samples. All that sort of stuff that you guys could imagine is probably just a part of the ship outside of the equipment in the game. But yeah, you guys travel for 7 days. Is there anything that you guys want to do in these 7 days while you are making your way through space?
Want to study some specimens in my lab.
I think I'm gonna join Rufus in looking at those specimens.
Sure. You do so. Anything the rest of you guys want to do?
Locking myself.
I'm gonna
in that
be,
chamber.
We know, Raj. You're out cold.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on things in the engine room.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was also gonna keep an eye on the mechanical and engine thrusters and power systems and all that shit while
Okay.
we're kind of going about.
All right. We'll say Thanos and Henry. Both of you guys are making your way through the engine room, and you can kind of feel a little bit of a shake coming from the right turbine. In my eyes, there are two big sort of mechanical structures inside the engine room that operate the main thrusters and the turbines and things like that. One of them is kind of shaking a little bit more aggressively than you would expect.
Hmm.
And I think you guys both, being the mechanical types, would pick up on this walking in there together. It's kind of just like wobbling a little bit more.
I'd like to get closer and see if there's anything I can spot as I get closer.
Roll me an intellect check, along with any bonuses that you feel necessary.
Would that just be a d20 or is that the 2d10s?
It's going to be the 2d10s. And you're going to use your intellect stat.
And then you can add any skills to it that you want.
I'm gonna pop a cigarette in my mouth and just kind of lean while he's inspecting the
Uh,
thruster.
Got an 8 and a 2.
So, which one has your double number? Like, are you using
My
two dice?
double
Like,
number.
one of them has this?
As what?
Does one of your dice have 2 digits on it?
Oh, the decimals? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that supposed to
So
be?
what's the one that has the 2 digits? What's that number?
That's 8.
It's 80?
Yep.
Okay, and then the other one is...
2.
Okay, so that's going to be 82. That is a fail. So you're going to take a point of stress as you can't quite figure out what's going on here.
God damn it. This
What's
always
wrong,
happens.
Henry? Tell me, what's up?
I can't figure out this damn rattle.
All right, let me get in there. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
I kind of snub my cigarette out on the floor as I take a kneeling pose.
All right. You roll me
Just let
another intelligence check, Thanos, along with whatever bonuses you have that could help to this.
Okay.
Hey, bro, put on Sober by Tool really quick. We need to lock in.
Got a 56.
Over...
My intelligence is a 49, but I want to apply the plus 15 mechanical repair to it,
Yeah, absolutely. So your
which makes it
score is
64.
64 is what you needed to get under, and you rolled a 49.
56.
56?
I
Still
rolled a
good.
56.
Okay, that's a success. As you
Okay.
are looking in this engine, you kind of are able to find that there is a disconnected chunk of metal, a piece that came loose that seemed to have fallen and got caught in a fan.
How
And
the
it
fuck
is-
did that happen?
it is giving an unnecessary weight balance to one part of the spinning fan. So as it's spinning, it's kind of like shaking
Pushing.
it a little bit more than it should be. And it's not overtly dangerous. Like the piece that broke off isn't something that is like inherently crucial to the thing working, but it does seem like if it was left unattended for too long, that it could have worse, repercussions down the road. If you were to leave it alone for too long, it could cause another mechanical failure somewhere else, or get jammed up more than it is now and stop the fan entirely.
So it's within something that's spinning.
Mhm.
That's what you're saying.
Mhm.
Okay. Is there any other mechanical feature that looks identical to what I'm looking on right now?
In what way?
Is there like a backup? Is there a second one in the
I would imagine that there are.
Engine
It
room.
is. It is so. It is rather deep. So like you'd have to disassemble a lot of the pieces to get that part replaced. But it
Okay, I
looks
see.
more to you like if you were to shut it down, that you may be able to finagle in there and get that piece out. Like it's kind of stuck in there because of the like G forces of it being on a fan, and it's like held in place by the rotation. And you have a feeling that if you were to stop the rotation, that piece might just fall lower than where the rotating part is, or you could reach in and grab it out of there, or something. But right now,
Okay.
you can't do anything about it while it's still going.
Right. I'm gonna ask AI Clank. I'm gonna say, Clank, you think you could handle the autopilot for a couple hours while I get this fixed?
Absolutely, sir.
All right. Disable power thruster 2.
Disabling power thruster 2. And you feel the kind of goes offline as you give it a moment. The humming kind of goes down, and you see this piece as you can now look inside as the whole turbine has stopped, and there is like a piece of metal that has been jammed up inside one of the fan pieces.
You see it, Captain?
Yeah, I'm gonna point right at it and be like, "That's what you're looking at or hearing. It's causing all that instability in the rotation pattern. Let's get in there and fix it."
Well, son of a bitch. Glad you were here.
All right, so I'm gonna say you can either roll me an intellect or you can roll me a strength. Like you can basically try to just grab it and yank it out, or you can try to meticulously maybe take a piece off so you can get it better access. It'll take more time and be harder, but it's up to you.
Can we both roll for it?
I'll say one at a time for now.
Okay.
How do you want to go about it, Captain?
Well, either you or I could try and fish that thing out, or we can disassemble it and replace it with something that we can probably fabricate from all these spare materials. I'd say we go with the latter, though.
Better be safe.
All right.
So you're getting in there with tools and kind of taking bits apart until you can get in there?
Yeah.
All right,
Disassembly.
roll me another intellect. And you can once again add your mechanical repair of plus 15.
I also have a jury rigging skill, plus 10.
Cool.
I rolled in 11.
11, that's a critical success.
Oh,
Cool.
let's go.
That's 2 ones.
Dang shit. Forgot
right.
about that.
You very easily, get that piece unlodged and are managing to put it back together with a lot of ease. You put it together very much so, and looking at some of the pieces that you have just taken out, in looking back at it, you start to realize that this is a piece that isn't super necessary in the first place. Probably could just be taken off. And I think with your nat 20, you look over at the other turbine to see. I say nat 20, crit success. Looking over at the other turbine, you do see that the similar piece on that one is starting to wear down to where it is about to also give loose. And if you didn't catch it now, it was about to be in a similar spot. So you managed to take care of that, whether that means taking it off entirely or reinforcing it to a point where it is not a worry anymore.
Nice.
All right. Switching back over to Rufus and Fido, you guys have just finished throwing a specimen into a petri dish and are, looking through a microscope at whatever this specimen is that you're studying currently, Rufus.
Yep, that's exactly what I was expecting.
And what was that?
Well, it's this bacterium I picked up on our last mission, and It's growing really quickly. I think it needs to be controlled very well, but kind of grows similarly to some other specimens I have in a bit of a biohazard cabinet over there. So thankfully, that's I think I have a pretty good grasp of it. It seems pretty run of the mill.
Do you think it's wise to just have it in a petri dish like that?
Well, as long as we're right by the disposal unit, I think it should be safe. I think. I don't
Maybe
see
want
why it
to
wouldn't be.
cover it up just to be safe for sure?
Well, then how would I look at it, Fido?
We have transparent cases.
Yeah, that's what we're using.
I just mean more secure than the petri dish than we're using right now. Since you said this behaves similarly to the things we have in the
Well.
biohazard cabinet.
Yeah, everything should be in the biohazard cabinet if it's a random bacterium of sorts. If it's alien species, alien bacteria, something we don't know about, even the things we do know about, it should always be held in safety unless you're studying it. And even then, secure hands. You want to look at it, Fido?
Yeah, I'd love. I'll take a look. I put my head up to the magnifying, the microscope,
Yeah, I
and
sling my arm over you from your back.
I'm when I look at through the microscope, I'm visibly alarmed. As if I recognize it.
I take a real thin probe and I start tracing around the different bacterial biomes around. Say, all right, and you see that right there. See,
I kind of grab his
that's
arm as
already-
he's doing this and push it away and go, "Oh, that's all right. That's all
no,
right."
no, hold on. I got it. Let me get in there and I'll show you. Now, see, these
It's
little
fascinating,
biomes.
Rufus. It's fascinating, and I step back.
Well, you didn't even get to see the parts I was showing you, Fight.
No, with my enhanced AI technology, I saw it really quick. No, it looks really cool, Rufus.
Fido.
I think we should maybe put it back in the biohazard cabinet.
I know, I need to keep looking for a bit. There's things that need to be found out about this. This might be a little different.
Believe
Okay,
there's rules
so-
and regulations.
As you guys are looking at this, it starts to grow on the petri dish fairly rapidly, more rapidly than I think you would have expected, Rufus. And with that happening, I think I'm gonna make both of you guys roll me a.
Stupid motherfuckers.
Roll me a quick fear save, as you guys. It's not super scary, but it is growing fast enough that it's about to reach or exceed the petri dish limits.
Do you add anything? Can you add
What do
a
we do
skill
for
to
that?
a save or no?
I don't think you can add anything to a save. No.
Okay.
What do we? Sorry. So what do we roll in this for a save like that?
So you're always going to be rolling the 2d10, no matter what, pretty much. The only time you're ever going to roll a d20 is when you're rolling a panic check, a stress check.
Hope for the best, Fido. Am I right?
So yeah, roll
For
your,
my-
roll your 2d10.
For my first number, I got like a 1, so I guess a 10.
Perfect. Good.
Nice.
That's good.
And
You
then-
want lower,
and then-
so.
And then second number is a 4, so 14.
Yep. All right. It's cool. You're good. You succeed, and then Rufus,
I failed.
you fail. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna take a point of stress
Alright.
as you start realizing that you should put this thing away before it outgrows the petri dish and potentially, is a bad thing going forward.
Give me some gloves, Fido. Fido, can you get me some gloves really quick, please?
I'm going to, if I can, run over and grab the gloves myself to grab the bacterium that
Okay.
he has,
Sure.
and I'm going to try and safely transport it to the cabinet.
You do so.
Quick-
You grab
quick
it
now,
and
quick,
you,
quick.
You put it back in the cabinet, maybe reinforcing the petri dish or putting it inside something else. But either way, the storage space that you put it into is made for holding onto organic material and keeping these things from growing. It is a sort of stasis chamber too.
Okay.
So you put it in there, chills it down. It stops rather growing as much as it was before. And yeah, you guys kind of do this for the next 7 days. These were quick little scenes just to kind of make you guys roll and experience, how to roll and stuff. And now that we've gotten a little bit of that out of the way, we'll do Ethan's now. You guys get to Omulan 14. You can see in the distance a massive rock, a huge asteroid. Think like Deep Rock Galactic, the mining asteroid that they're on in that. It's huge. And there are several small bits of technology, civilization, that are sticking out of them. Little bases, it almost looks like. And you guys slowly are approaching. The Albatross is moving forward and turning to its side before you feel like a slight knock as the airlock gets locked in to their cargo bay. You hear Clank say, "Docking to Omulan 14 complete." As you guys know now, you are free to move out. And as that happens, I think Raj, you start to hear steam leaking out of the cryo chamber. It's just to thaw down. It's full of liquid that is slowly draining. And I need you to roll me a body save, please.
All right. That's a 98. I don't
98?
think.
Damn!
Yeah.
All
I don't
right.
think-
Bro's
You
rolling
guys-
some heat.
You guys, maybe if you guys are close by, but you fall out of your cryo chamber, having not. Something went wrong in the process of getting out of it. You either woke up too early, or the tubes came out too early. But there is a brief moment of it draining and letting you out that you think you're drowning for a second, and it's not good. You are going to take a point of stress
Fucking go.
for failing the check, as well as you're going to take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Damn, Raj.
And you fall out of your pod just coughing and just like throwing up a little bit of this liquid and, finding your
Are there,
bearings
like,
again.
Are there cigarettes nearby by chance?
Do you have cigarettes in your inventory?
I don't. But would they be anywhere like?
Are you a smoker?
Maybe I want to smoke. I don't know. I don't have cigarettes.
They don't need to be in your inventory,
They would
but
just
like
be
if
around.
that's part of your character, if you would have cigarettes, then you can have cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to fall out of the tubes, just cough, and I'm just fucking reaching for the cigarettes and struggling to light it. I'm like, and then fucking throw it to the ground, and I just start crying at the fucking floor.
The ship goes wide with an announcement that says, "Issues with cryo chamber 1. Issues with cryo chamber 1."
Oh,
Just kinda-
Fuck you, Clank!
Can I, since I'm the android on board, can I already be standing in the doorway because
Yeah,
I want
sure.
to monitor his wake up?
You look out as Raj is crawling on the ground in just his underwear. Skivvy is leaving a snail trail of goop behind him as he's slowly crawling across the room to get his
Cigarette between his
clothes
legs.
and shakily pull out his cigarette and put it in his mouth.
Tough having lungs, isn't it, Raj?
I just want to look at him. Just stare over at him as I'm trying
You
to
need some
contain
help,
myself.
and I hold out a lighter to light his cigarette.
I want to fucking smack it out of his hand. The fuck away from me. As I'm curled up,
I look blankly
tears
at him.
running down my eyes.
He's got space dementia.
Let's RP you having an anaphylactic shock for 20 minutes. Your throat is starting to swell up. No. All right, so you all gather your things, you put yourselves together, and anyone that would like to, you can make your way to the airlock.
I'd like to.
Is that going to be everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody report.
You guys make your way over to the airlock, and the doors, as you guys get inside, one of the other doors opens up, As you can see, a sort of portly-looking man there standing in front of you. He's got real thick black hair, big sideburns as he looks out at all of you guys. He's pretty greasy looking. Like, he looks like he's a miner, probably. And he notices you all and says, "Hey, how are you? The name's Pig. You looking for Doc?
What's up, Pig? Yeah,
Yes.
we're looking for
Yes,
Sean
sir.
Loretto.
Follow me." And he starts guiding you guys through Omulon 14. And Omulon 14 looks, from the outside, clean as fuck. On the inside, not so clean. It's a little bit shabby on the inside. A little more greasy and oily and patchwork than it appears from the outside. Pretty gnarly mining joint here. As you're looking at Pig, and Pig is wearing like a wife beater covered in like sweat stains and stuff. It looks like he took off a bunch of like heavier gear to come see you guys briefly, and he just reeks. He stinks. Bro is sweaty as hell. But
I'd
you
like
guys-
to elbow Raj in the rib and say he's really living up to the name, isn't he?
I just want to look visibly pissed.
I like the idea
Clouds
that
darken.
you like me describing you guys being a crew for a long time. This has happened for years.
Yeah.
You guys fucking hate each other, and Fido knows it.
Raj
So, yeah.
hasn't been happy in a long time.
You're all walking through this facility as Pig is talking to you guys, and he goes, "Yeah, that doctor's been locked up in his office here for the last 4 or 5 days. He doesn't seem to want to come out and go sleep in his quarters. He's just kind of, sleeping with the lights on, laying down right next to the specimen, and he's real locked into his studies right now, it seems.
I've had those.
And it's like fucking 80 degrees in there. It stinks to high hell, I'll tell you what."
You got
Who's
anything
that?
for the must?
I mean, I got this, and he pulls out of his back pocket like the equivalent of bod, like a plastic spray bottle, like with actual squeegee. This works pretty well. It smells like bod too. It's horrible.
All right, Raj, just light a couple cigarettes as we go in.
All right, I think these are his quarters right up here. And he kind of walks, and gets to this door and presses a button as it opens up. And you can see currently inside Dr. Loretto. He is this sort of middle-aged guy. He's got real tight hair pulled back into a tight bun that has a couple of like sticks poked through it on either side to hold it tight. He has a lab coat on, and he is currently kneeling over a microscope, kind of hunched over and looking in there as he peels his head back off and notices all of you. "Oh, are you my escort?"
That'd be us.
That'd be right.
Yeah,
Perfect. Just give me a moment to grab my things. And he moves around and starts hastily throwing together files and different binders and things like that before he grabs a large canister that's maybe like this big. It's pretty sizable, maybe like a foot by a half a foot, and he like magnetizes it to his belt. It's very big, and he puts it on the side of his belt and is holding all of his pieces now, and he goes, "All right, no time to waste." As he
Can I
approaches
take a
all
look
of
at
you.
what he's looking at?
Mr. Loretto, what is that on your hip?
This is a organic material that we found in the rock that AVP would like to study.
Okay. That's not gonna blow up on my ship, is it?
Not going to blow up on your ship, sir. I can assure you this.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
All right. Pig sees you guys and he goes, "Hey, you know your way out of here, Doc?" And the doctor goes, "Absolutely, I do." Pig goes, "All right. It's been a pleasure, y'all, but I got to get back to work. Anything y'all need before I
Bye,
head out?"
Pig.
No.
"Well, all right. It's been a pleasure. See ya." And he just kind of turns around and walks away down the hallway.
Much obliged, Pig.
Goodbye, Pig.
As the doctor turns around and he goes, "Oh, that one stinks. We should move."
Well, hold on one second, Doc. Can I take a look at that rock? I am a bit of
The
the
rock?
security. Whatever you got over there.
No, unfortunately not. It's supposed
Listen,
to stay.
it can't go on the ship unless I at least take a peek at it. All right.
It is supposed to stay within containment.
I gotta just pat you down. I gotta check you.
You can pat me down. Feel free to pat me down. But it is not going to leave this containment until I find another suitable scientific environment that I can transfer it to. Do you have a lab aboard your ship?
We do.
Sure do.
I can transfer it into that before we do anything. It's more secure
Excellent.
inside an actual
All right.
containment facility than it is inside of this tiny containment unit.
Okay.
I will shift it over once we get on board. And feel free to look as much as you'd like.
That's all right. You can do it on board.
Of course. All right. Do you pat him down?
Security detail.
No, I'll just give him a visual pat down.
You give him a visual pat down, he passes. Ocular pat down, passes the check.
He's passed. He passes. He's
I
good.
can see that you pat him down.
Anything the rest of y'all want to do?
Nope. Just walking back to the ship.
Yeah, we're just walking back to the ship with him.
All right, you guys start
Yeah,
making your
just
way
go
back
back.
to the ship. And you get there very easily. You guys get on board, and the doors close behind you. As you hear on the loudspeakers, Clank speaks up and says, "All personnel on board. Is this correct?
Correct.
Initiating cargo separation." As you hear like the locks initiate again, start disengaging, as Clank basically begins the process of takeoff before the captain can make it all the way to the bridge to really settle in on taking the reins of getting locked onto the new coordinates and all that, etc., etc. So you guys can feel the ship kind of slowly jostling around as things are getting set in place. Dr. Loretto says, you, and he points to you, Zeke. And he says, "You look like you are of my ilk. Where are we going here?"
I'll take you right there.
All right, you take
Apparently
him
in the science
across
lab.
the galley over to the science lab. I think all of you guys probably make your way into galley together and can do whatever you'd like to do, but Zeke and this individual make their way clean over to the science lab as the doors open up. Would you happen to have a biosuit, a hazmat suit?
I think surely we should.
I think we should put that on. Anyone in the room should put this on while we are transferring
Absolutely.
the sample over to the new containment. If that is okay.
Absolutely.
Unless, of course, Doctor, you'd like me to do it.
It can attach to things, so I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think it'll save you any more than it'll save the outside of this hazmat suit. What we should do is we should transfer the sample, and then immediately take the hazmat suits, throw them into cleaning, and let that process take place.
Very well.
At least from what I've
What do you mean it can
experienced.
attach itself to things?
Any sort of DNA that gets left behind can grow rapidly.
Huh.
So we should be fast and be efficient.
Doc,
Sounds like
you
a
weren't
plan.
sleeping
All right, let's
next
get
to
to it.
that, were you?
Is this thing
Um,
dangerous?
They said you were holed up in your lab and had the dish out. You weren't holed up sleeping with this when you said it attaches your DNA. How would you know that?
I didn't say that it attached to your DNA. I said that any sort of leftover bits, microscopic pieces, can grow. You may not even know that they're there.
It takes pieces of what it touches.
When we harvested this sample initially, I was in a hazmat suit. I grabbed the sample, and after the course of a few days, going and looking at the hazmat suit, it had growths on the hands. Bits that touched the organic material that began to grow a bit.
Like a
We-
fungus.
Like a fungus. We discarded it of such, and we cleaned all the pieces. I did not sleep near an open sample. I slept near a contained sample. And I switched the sample over into this unit to go with you.
Doc, is this going to be safe in containment?
I believe so.
Certainly.
Okay.
Is there any issues with your containment unit?
No, they're squeaky clean.
Then we should be fine. If you wouldn't mind giving me your name?
Rufus.
If you wouldn't mind giving me and Rufus a moment here.
I step away.
All right, Rufus and the doctor both go into the science lab. They throw on a hazmat suit, which can be found within, I believe you have two. Could be wrong, but 2 hazard suits, yes. And those are in the arms locker. So you make your way over to the arms locker right here. Both of you guys go in, grab the hazmat suits, make your way back to the science lab. And then once you are in there, the doors close behind. There is like a viewing window, like a small window on each of these doors in my mind that you can at least peer through a little bit and get a perspective on what's going on inside. And for those of you who would be doing so, you would see exactly what we just described. Rufus and the doctor both put on these hazmat suits. You see they take the unit and kind of disconnect one side as if they were opening up a can, and then very quickly taking it off and shoving that can onto like a receptacle unit that it goes in and it locks and turns. As you can see a small sample, which to you guys looks like a clump maybe this big, like softball sized, of sort of brownish purple material that sort of gets floated into this unit and kind of central, where it's a large glass sort of holding unit that right in the center of it has now floating, suspended in air, this sample that just kind of slowly rotates. The doc looks over at you, Rufus, and says, "All right, that should be it. And he kind of just takes that piece off, puts the cap back on it, and seals it, and hands it to you. If you have a place that you normally hold these, small handling units for samples, you could put that in wherever you'd like."
I'll
As
probably
Rufus
bring
says,
us some for decon.
"All right, that should be it. Do we have a yes, right there." And he kind of walks with you over towards the decontamination showers. As you guys both step in with your hazmat suits, hold your arms out wide as the room gets sprayed down with disinfectant, any sort of chemicals that can be used to better rid you guys of any unwanted materials that are on the suits currently. And they spray you down for a few seconds before you guys finish up. Some heavy, some like dryers hit real quick to try to dry you off a little bit. And the doors open again and you two step out in your hazmat suits as the doctor begins taking his off. "All right, you seem to know what you're doing, Mr. Rufus."
Yeah, is there anything I should know about this? Where have your studies gone so far with this?
So what we found was a particularly interesting, what appeared to be a fungus. It is an endofungus. It can grow in an environment with no oxygen. It can grow in the vacuum of space, even. And it was very minimal on this planet, but we did see an increase in its growth around where we began to mine. So AVP got back to me after my initial reconnaissance, and they told me to collect a sample and bring it back to the lab so that we could better identify it and find out if it is dangerous or not dangerous and what to do with it in the future. AVP has a hand in, anything they can get their hands on, dangerous or not.
Fucking big wigs.
I have a sneaking suspicion that they would like to weaponize almost any of the information that I find. It doesn't seem beyond them to me.
I have that creeping suspicion myself anytime I think of something. I try to keep some of my studies on lower wraps.
As do I. Working in the mining facilities has been a good disconnect from some of the heavier heavier stuff over the last few years. It's nice
You
to take a little bit of a
noticed,
break and do some ground level things.
Is there any I don't know, any exposure risks of say the miners? I know you said that it started expanding once the miners are there. We have any maybe exposures, disease? They have coughs coming from this? Anything?
Nothing that I've seen since being
Hmm.
aboard the ship. The miners all wear vac suits while they are on their missions mining. So anything that has come about has either circumvented the actual organic material of the people, or it is not lethal, or it hasn't happened yet. We have only recently found this fungus. We are pretty new to finding out any of the information about this thing. So we are taking steps through this effort to find out more about this thing in a more controlled and safe environment than the mining facility with a bunch of sweaty pigs.
Hmm. You said it could grow basically in no anything. It can just grow from anywhere, anything at all, any exposures.
We don't know
Is there
exactly yet
any?
what it feeds on, what energies it feeds
Mm.
on. We only know that it started to show up closer to where our miners were, which could mean anything. It started to move more around the miners, but um, we haven't really found out what it grows from yet. I have found a little bit of attracted to heat, it seems.
Attracted.
Attracted to heat, yes. It seems the vacuum of space and the cold does not do it any favors for as far as growing goes.
When we talk heat, do we just mean say warm, hot, humid, or are we saying fire would not? What's the fire situation?
I
for
have
this
not
as
been
well?
able to give it access to such,
Okay.
but in touching the glass, in manipulating the atmosphere within the containment, it does seem to react to heat a little bit better than anything else. But that's all I've
Understood.
gathered so far.
Okay.
Between you and me, I was not supposed to do any studying on this before, but, you know, inquisitive minds.
Of course. Your secret's safe with me.
Well, we should be getting back to the rest of the crew. I know that the one with the battle dress on seemed a little interested in what's going on in here. Maybe you could calm his nerves.
That's even possible.
He seemed a bit agitated.
Yeah. What's new?
Before I make my way out, anything I should know about the crew? You and I are... We can get along just fine if we're both men of science, but is there anything I should know going into this 7-day journey back home?
I'd say our captain, a reliable man. He knows his way around the ship. If you hear anything for the mechanics, as well as Henry, you could talk to either of them. They know their way around the mechanics of the ship, up, way, around, everywhere. Fido, he's kind of like your go-to guy, I'd say, for just anything that you might need around. Just kind of casual, not as much. I don't know truly his specialties and anywhere they may lie, but I do know he's of a pretty sound head up there. Raj is well, bit of a wild card. Maybe I think he definitely sticks to his guns on a lot of things. A very obstinate one, bullheaded. If you can put up with something like that, hey, be my guest. I'm sure there's something under that tough nut.
I have dealt with a lot of tough nuts over the last year or so. Working at Omulan 14 does not have kind people, it seems, showing up to do work. Those people are eager to get the paycheck, and that's about it.
Mm.
But alright, that sounds not unlike most of my experiences above transport ships, so it should be okay.
Yeah.
There are no pigs up here.
No pigs.
Hmm.
And he strips down from his hazmat unit alongside you. You guys go place him back into the arms locker, and you guys are ready to set off. You're all on the galley. when Rufus and the doctor come back out. We're going to say, for the sake of real quick RP, the doctor makes his way out with both of the hazmat suits, and he heads over to the arms locker to put everything away, while Rufus kind of catches up with you guys. I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. Do whatever RP you need to do, but I'll be right back.
He seems nice. Knowledgeable sort.
How did the transfer go?
Smooth as butter. Right into the containment.
Did he mention anything about the creature?
Said it showed up kind of when they were on just a regular mining expedition. Showed up 6 days ago, this week maybe. And he said it was this tiny little kind of fungus, kind of, I don't know, material, kind of fungus, kind of creature, I guess you could call it. It doesn't really, it seems that he's kind of talking it with language that must have some form of functioning capacity for survival, but I don't know yet. It grows just about anywhere, has a bit of a attachment to heat.
Grows
So,
just about anywhere.
Yeah, it sounds like it. He said that it seems as though it could grow in the vacuum of space. It could grow without any exposure to air. I think I'm gonna keep a much more watchful eye on it, just in case this might need coaling in the biohazard cabinet. But he knows, I know just about as much as he does by the sounds of it. He didn't get too much of a chance to look into it besides basic kind of research aspects of if it's dangerous or not, but so far it doesn't seem so.
I think this raises the question, what makes him so confident that container is going to hold it?
I think just scientific minds, we kind of have to have our faith in that. I mean, he said he's been fine so far, and there's been no exposure risks or hazards that have occurred in the time that he's had the specimen and his experimentations with it. We're just gonna play it very safe, but up until then, at least we have 7 days back. He was 5 days with it, and so far nothing's come of it. So, I mean, worst case scenario, we're still probably gonna be fine.
Okay.
Captain,
Sounds
can I talk
promising.
to you for a second?
Sure, Raj.
I wanna also do a little like smoke signal to you
Alright.
while we're walking
Alright.
off to the side.
I walk over and I offer you a cigarette.
Thanks, Captain.
Pull one
I
out
can't
myself.
stand these fucking eggheads. All they do is fucking talk about this science bullshit. And the worst is that fucking Fido. Have you seen some of the shit he keeps trying to say to me? I'm so fucking sick of it. Look at my fucking nerves. I'm so fucking sick of all of this.
Raj, just
I
calm
glance
down.
over.
He's only an
I just need to
android.
fucking
Clearly
shoot
hear
something.
you.
You know he's just an android. He doesn't mean it, Raj.
I swear to God, if he touches me one more fucking time, I'm gonna knock him. I'm gonna knock him onto the ground. And I might not
Raj,
stop. You might
Raj,
have to pull me
please.
off of him.
Please,
I
man.
swear to fucking God, I can't handle him.
Raj, just stay away from him, will you? Just go to a different room, you know?
I'm gonna pull his fucking circuits out of his head. He's never gonna fucking say one of those shitty little fucking jokes to me
I
again,
offer
swear
him
to
3
God.
more cigarettes, and I'm just like, if you feeling, you
I'm,
know,
like, shaking,
if you
smoking
feeling
it.
like that, just take one of these here.
All right. I have successfully put away the hazmat suits. Is everything okay over here? I'm sensing some tension.
Yeah, everything's
walked
great.
away a
Raj
little
was
bit.
just
Yeah,
going
everything's
into a
fine.
different room, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go over to the cryo chambers again.
All right. Okay. Sure. I don't think I'm going to do that, if that's okay. I am not very open to the cryo stuff. It doesn't really sit in my body well. If that's okay. I don't know if any more of you are going to do so, but I am perfectly content hanging out with the android if I need to.
I just need to be alone for a second. I'm not going to sleep.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So you make your way down to the cryo chambers.
Yeah, I'm just hanging out in there,
Sure.
smoking. Chain smoking.
I will
Smoke it.
real quick put this out here. If it is important at all, we'll see. But I think we have full access to all players to move this little "the crew" icon around if it ever becomes necessary. But
what's on the bridge?
so the bridge,
That's like the navigational
bridge is the
stuff?
navigation stuff. Yeah. So that all these pink points on the map, I forgot to mention that, but those are links to the mainframe. Those are big computers that you can get to in any room. We have the mainframe down here in the bottom right. That is like the server room essentially. The thing that controls Clank as well as the Albatross's, internal computer systems. And the bridge is, it's very much that. It is the navigation controls, manual override controls if necessary, all things pertaining to navigation essentially are up there.
Okay.
Also, I don't know if you guys saw over here, but there is an escape pod, a single escape pod. And that escape pod can hold one person comfortably. Probably 2 to 3 people very uncomfortably.
Well, since we're about to take off again, crew, I think I'm gonna check the mainframe and consult with Clank before we fully take off.
Good idea, Fido.
You go, Fido.
I make my way
Slap
to the
him on the back.
mainframe. I seem to pause a little bit when he slaps you on the back. It seems to bother me a little bit, and then I make my way to the mainframe.
Okay. Alright. So yeah, you make your way down to the mainframe and you get into there, this big room full of screens and boards, and you just jacking in, essentially.
Jacking it.
Cranking
Yeah.
your hog down there in the
Yeah.
in the bay.
I kind of like.
Wasting no time.
There's like clearly like a special like slot, like a keyhole almost for like my Android finger. So I put it in there and to consult with Clank.
Mhm.
And I kind of like look at the door to make sure that I'm alone in the mainframe area.
You look at the door and the door's closed. You could manual lock both doors to the mainframe if you would like.
No, I won't lock them. Just wanted to see if there was someone who followed me.
It doesn't look like anybody's followed you. The doors are closed.
I say, okay. I'll say, Clank, what did Dr. Loretto and Rufus discuss when they were alone in the science lab?
Would you like me to access the camera footage?
I would, yes.
Camera footage shows up on the screen. It zooms in a little bit, like kind of focuses on the two of them having the conversation that they had, and you hear it all.
Okay.
Do you need more?
No, that should be good, Clank. But I would, if you could, always have surveillance trained on Dr. Loretto, please.
There is no camera footage within the lavatory or the crew's quarters, but I will do what you asked.
Thanks, Clank. I can take care of those.
Yeah,
I
so it
unplugged
seems-
my finger.
Okay. That was one thing that I did not mention. The only rooms in this entire ship that don't have cameras directly to them are the quarters and the lavatory. So like you can't
Makes
can't
sense.
spy into the bathroom, can't spy into people's rooms. Security beyond security. This is just privacy.
Clank, tune into the lavatory, please.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Raj
sir.
has a camera in there.
Tuning into 12 secret cameras in the lavatory.
Whoa.
Whoa. Shit.
Yes, sir. Going to Fido view in
Activate auto stroker.
panoramic view.
All
Turn
right,
up
so
my pleasure sensors.
set all factory settings 100%. Run program.
I've been a
Computer,
bad
give me
kid,
12 foot tall
I'm just
versions of
shitting on the
Bryce
toilet.
Dallas Howard with Futanari. All right, so you guys have
Oh,
7 days of travel back to AVP Labs. And so far, only Raj is in the cryo chambers. And you guys set off. Day 1 goes by without a hitch, pretty easily. Day 2, same thing, I would assume. You guys are, I would say, you know what? Everybody roll me a quick intelligence check. Also,
No.
it has been several days, so reset your stress.
Oh, sick. I'm not stressed about my petri dish.
There's also a mechanic in this game that allows you to relieve yourself of stress by doing certain stress relieving activities. Like if
Elaborate.
you
Is
like
my
if
health
you,
back to normal?
If you yes,
Sorry.
like if you want to relax, just be like, hey, I'm a little stressed. I want to de-stress. Can I do that? And it's like the equivalent of like a short or long rest. You know that you're able to lower your stress by doing whatever your character's stress relieving activities are. You go to the mainframe to crank your hog, de-stress. You know. No, it's entirely up to you what you do to de-stress,
De-stress.
and even if you do that, it can usually, in my eyes, it takes like up at least an hour of time, similar to a short rest, to kind of take that time to decompress enough to actually de-stress yourself. But what did we get on our intelligence checks? Did anybody
Was this just a basic intelligence?
just
I
a
was gonna
flat
ask?
intelligence check?
003.
failed.
Is that 103 or just
003 is 3. Yeah, and
Okay.
0 zeros equal 0 on the tens.
Okay.
Got 89.
I got
So-
0 and 3.
So
zero.
just tell me if you passed or
Like
failed.
30?
Failed.
Failed.
Pass.
Higher number is failed?
Higher number is failed.
Yeah.
Failed.
Okay. Who
Wait, what
passed?
number do we have to?
You need to get
Un-
under whatever
Oh, wait.
number.
Yeah, under your threshold number.
So
I
if
think this
you're-
would be 40 then.
If I have the... You
That
said
I
I can
got.
use the... Oh,
Almost.
sorry, Kyle.
You're good.
Can
I think I
use
got 40. It's
the
3
intellect
and
thing?
0.
Kyle, you said it's a what and a 0?
I got the 3.0 and then 0. 0 is 10, right? On the D10?
So no, that one's just gonna be 0. So that's a 30
Okay.
that you just
Just
got.
flat 30. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Jake.
How do you do the... Like, you contribute your... stats?
So this is
Yeah.
not one of those.
Okay.
In a sense that I haven't given you anything specific enough, I don't think, to apply anything
Word.
else to. It's just a general intelligence check
Word.
over the next 2 days.
Fail.
Did anyone pass?
Pass.
Thanos passed. Okay, cool. While you guys are hanging out for the next 2 days, Thanos, you notice that what crew quarters is he in as well? Where is he staying? Where is he allowed to stay? Because there's only 4 crew's quarters and then the captain's quarters, and there are 5 of you. So does he have a space that you guys would have set up, or is he sharing a room with somebody? Are you guys sharing a room to
He
give
can
him a
bunk with
full
me.
room, or what?
I'll bunk with
He's
Sean.
bunking with you? Okay. Over the course of the first day, pretty normal. Over the course of the second day, he is going to... you're going to notice, Rufus, that your room is a little bit warmer. He has turned the heat up in your room a little bit.
Okay.
And I think on the end of day 2, Captain, you notice that you guys go to the galley, and he has like a blotch on his skin right here, that is like a small little like reddish blotch, that just looks like he's got like hives or something, you know, like some kind of, maybe like a rash or something on his face, but that's the only thing that you notice. You notice that that's like, oh, he's, you know, his face looks very different now, you know, all of a sudden, and it's just a slightly different tint of his skin tone than it would normally be. But you pick up on that small change in his look, and I think, Rufus, you also pick up on just how much warmer it is in your room. Like, you're probably waking up in the night sweating, like, holy fuck, it's hot in here. But days go by normally. You guys get together to eat your food and have your meals in the galley. Do whatever you've got to do.
His name is Sean, right? Shane?
Mhm.
Sean?
His name
Sean.
is Sean Loretto.
Hey, I'm gonna nudge Sean. Say, hey man, is there a reason that you've been cranking the heat in the room? I'm
Oh,
dying in
I
there.
was going to ask you either if there was a reason why it's so cold.
It's same temperature it is on everywhere in the ship.
I guess we just run differently. It's I like it nice and warm, nice and humid.
Okay.
If you need to turn it down, that's fine.
Was that how it was on Umulon?
It's how
So
I kept
decently-
the science lab.
Can I do I recollect that? Could I try and
Yeah, when
Was that what it was like? Yeah, was
the
it?
science lab? It
Yeah.
was pretty
Yeah,
warm.
was it? Was it? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Well, hey, maybe I'll just have to sleep with less sheets, or maybe I can give you mine or something. I don't know.
I think looking back at it, you guys didn't walk into the science lab. I don't think you were right outside it. So in my eyes, like you're remembering back to standing a couple feet away from that door and getting like a musty humidity that was kind of leaking out of that room. But like the
Gotcha.
hallways weren't as warm.
Mhm.
No, I just like to keep it warm. It's been very cold, and I mean, like I said, if you don't like it, then I can always bundle up a bit.
Well, I'd say the room, the quarters, I think could be might be fine, but I'd say the lab, we gotta keep that pretty cool.
That's okay.
That's my line.
That is all right. That is all right. All right. Going into day 3. You guys are hanging out. I'll say maybe breakfast comes around. And the scientist, Sean, comes out. And he is a little bit more blotchy. I'm not even going to need a roll for this one. These are, you guys see, he's got little blotches on his skin. And he isn't like noticeably too irritated by it. You do see he kind of scratches at it occasionally. But other than that, he is just a little blotchy around the skin. But other than that, the day goes by normally.
Wait, I want to walk into the dining area. That's where that's where we are, right? We're having a meal time.
Did you request yourself to be woken up?
Oh, I never went to
He was-
sleep.
he
in
was
the crowd
never in the
chambers.
space
I was
Oh,
just
you
in
just
there.
walked in there for a
smoking.
time.
Yeah. I was
you
just
walked-
hanging out in
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I want to look at him and I'm going to be, holy fuck. Are you all right?
Yes. What do you...
You feeling all right?
I'm feeling fine, yes. Is there something... Oh, is it
Yeah,
the
you look
blotchy
like
skin?
shit. Have you looked in a mirror?
I mean, yes. I'm having a little bit of skin irritation. Is that a problem?
You're having some skin irritation. All right. You look
Doctor,
fucking
it looks
disgusting.
more like hives and a reaction, perhaps.
I was thinking maybe it had something to do with the atmosphere on the ship. I'm allergic to fish, shellfish. Is that... Do you guys eat that sort of thing?
We don't have any fish swimming on this ship.
I mean, I don't... It happens from time to time. Shifting atmospheres from ships, you know, that it's a lot of circulation of the same air and things like that. It can get dusty.
Doctor,
I
respectfully,
can
we've
say
been a
I'm
crew for
not
a long
one
time.
who, I am not immune to allergies myself, so...
Have you gotten checked out at the med bay?
I don't believe...
You all right?
I mean, I feel fine.
Okay.
Doctor,
You don't look
You just
fine.
think it's some allergies.
I have had allergies in the past, similar reaction to this.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with me. I don't feel bad.
John, if you don't mind, could I maybe take like we could be real specific. I mean, I've practiced my surgery my fair share. Do you mind if I maybe take some thin like a thin shave and maybe a swab of just the go around the physical checkup of you. Maybe check to see if
Little
there's
fish-
just any exposure, because this could be. We don't know. We're a new biohazardous material. We got to see everything. If we see any medical developments, even if this has happened multiple times for you, everything is seen as a new thing once you've interacted with a new material. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you would like to, be my guest.
Just to give a peace of mind, you know.
Sure, absolutely.
Doctor, I think it's best you perform this examination in the med bay.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys walk to the med bay. Get there. What do you like to do?
I'd say let's see. Where's the worst lesion? Where would I see the worst spot? Wherever the worst patch is, I'd like to maybe try and at least engage of taking a very, very soft skin shave off from around there.
So I think a lot of his lesions and whatever spots that are on his body look the same. There's not really a bad one, I don't think. I think they kind of just look like little skin rashes. And so anywhere you'd like to, you take a little sample off
Take
of,
that, and I'll say I'll take like a small mix of just like say the mix like urine, blood, a little bit of the skin, maybe like a mouth swab, the rundown of those
Sure, yeah,
for just a physical checkup.
you do so. Give me an intelligence check, please.
So for the skills, can we add as many skills as would make sense, or just one of the most fitting?
I would say just one of the most fitting.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Been rolling shit lately. We'll see if this adds up. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I guess not. It's a fucking critical fail.
It's a critical fail.
Jesus fuck, man. I
Okay.
need new dice.
Okay. You gain a point of stress, and I need you to roll me a body save, please.
Whoa.
Oh, fuck it. No, dude.
Oh, okay. Let's say pass that one.
Pass that one. Okay. You place it down and start looking and scanning over as much as you can, and you are not finding any signs of foreign entities, anything. You're scanning through, looking at his, this little piece, and it just looks like, a lump of dead skin cells. It does look like a very typical flare-up of an allergy or something like that, and you're not really finding much beyond that point.
Okay. He's good to me. He just seems like it's a regular thing. But hey,
Seems okay.
you understand. Yep.
All right, then. If you wouldn't mind reassuring the rest of the crew of such, we can go find them again. And I will let you know if anything changes in my day-to-day.
Please do. Yeah, I was gonna say you seem to. Of course, if the allergies are common, I can see how they may not be. Like something that you regularly see as maybe an oddity. But just keep that in the back of the mind.
Indeed.
New object, new crew. We're just always. We've been together for a while. We got to make sure.
Of course.
Can we?
Well,
Oh yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, while they're in the med bay, can I want to be with the captain right outside the door as it's closed, looking through that. I mean, you can be there too, Fido or Henry, whoever. But
I got pissed
be
real
like-
quick.
Captain, if they gets any worse, I'd consider quarantining him.
And where are we gonna do that?
Well, I don't know. You could confine him to one of the crew quarters or anything, but we're not having an outbreak on this ship.
I'll level with you. We can throw him in the cryo chambers.
Hey, it's your choice. I don't want this to get any worse.
No, I agree. We'll have to keep an eye on it.
Wait,
See
so
how he
where were
looks
you?
tomorrow?
Where were you
right
having this
outside
conversation?
right outside the med bay, looking through the little porthole while they were doing their examination, talking to him.
And where's Henry at?
Oh, I don't.
I was still going to be in the galley.
Well, that was when they would have left to go to the med bay, and they like Raj and Thanos left to look through the med bay porthole. I would tell Henry, I'm just gonna put on a hazmat suit and check the sample in the science lab, considering he seems to have some weird skin thing going on.
You sure about that?
Going in the science lab?
Well, I know you don't have skin and all, but he said it can attach itself to anything.
I was gonna put on a suit as the moment I went into the lab, or is it like you put on the suit before you go in the lab? Is that the way it works?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So that's what I would do.
Okay. You throw on the suit. You head into the lab. Everything looks as usual. The specimen is in containment in its unit. There's nothing around that looks suspicious. What are you looking for?
Is it in a separate unit from the other biohazard samples? Is it in a standalone unit?
In my eyes, there are several, like, containments, you know, and it is in one of however many you have.
I'm gonna glance at the door of the science lab. Are there windows into the lab, or just the door?
There's only the door.
I thought it
And
was.
the door has a small
You said there was like
viewfinder
a.
window.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a small view.
Is there anyone looking through? Is Henry looking at me?
I don't think Henry said he was looking at you.
Is there like a window to peek through in
Yes,
the
there
science
is.
lab door or
There's a
around it?
small window on every door in this place. Probably
Okay, I'm just gonna
except
have
the
a-
cargo bay. The cargo bay does not have a window.
And he's in view if I peer through?
Mhm.
Okay, I'll just be having a little look-see-loo then.
What do you got, Fido?
I'm gonna walk over to the containment with the creature in it,
Mhm.
and I'm going to like make it look like I'm just checking diagnostics, because I'm assuming that Henry wouldn't have the same knowledge of like this kind of science
Mhm.
as an engineer.
Mhm.
But I'm actually raising the temperature on the containment vessel a little bit. I'm like turning it up like 20, 30 degrees.
Okay.
And after I do that, I like look over at the window and I see Henry, and I keep gazing at me, and I kind of just give him like a, I don't know, what looks fine to me, and then I walk back to the door,
Sure.
and I,
Give him a
or
little
sorry, I
thumbs
go
up,
and
then
I go and
walk
like
off.
I disinfect in the thing, and then I
Okay.
do the whole routine.
Sure. Yeah, you go and disinfect, and then the door opens up, and you walk your way back out in the hazmat suit.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It looks normal. I have no reason to believe that skin condition is anything but, maybe he's right, an allergic reaction.
Haven't seen an allergy like that, but yeah, as long as he doesn't get worse, right?
Space, right? And then I slap him on the shoulder and kind of laugh in a forced way.
All right.
I laugh in pain.
Too
The
hard.
doors open from the med bay, and Rufus and Sean come walking out to see Raj and Thanos. He says everything is okay.
Yeah, I gave him the rundown. I gave him the look through, and he seems like he's right. Just allergies, but I've told him, I've given him the idea that hey, we're trying to be safe here. We're trying to make sure new person in the crew, new person on the ship, especially a new material on the ship, new organism. You gotta check everything. Yeah.
It seems
Agreed.
like
Good work.
it seems like everything is fine, for me at least.
All right, we'll keep an eye on it for a day-to-day basis, but for now, just go take some meds, maybe lie down and get some rest.
Yeah, maybe a Benadryl.
I would do so. All right, you guys make your way through the rest of the third day. Or this was the fourth day. I
Fido
believe.
chugging NyQuil.
Right, so the fourth day passes.
In slow motion.
On the fifth day, you guys all wake up and are going through your day-to-day stuff. But, Rufus, when you wake up, you are alone. The doctor is not in your room anymore.
I go right into the galley.
You go into
See
the
if
galley.
anybody's in there.
Looking around the galley, and we'll say for the sake of this that Rufus is kind of waking up first in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
But you look around, and you immediately notice that the arms locker is cracked open right now.
That was where I was gonna go immediately anyhow. That was my next stop.
You make your way in, and you look around the arms room, and you notice that there is currently one of the hazard suits is missing.
I don the one left, and I immediately go for the science lab. Brisk
Okay.
paced.
Sure. You head to the science lab, and you get to the door, and you see that there is the doorway there, and you press the button, bam bam. It goes red for a second.
Is it a code lock or is it just the access key?
Normally, you just press the button and it opens.
Yeah. I go to the mainframe in the galley.
You go to the mainframe in the galley.
Clank,
Yes.
can I have access to the science lab? It appears the door is locked.
Access to the science lab has been overridden by AVP.
Huh. When was this executed?
1:20 a.m.
By who? AVP directly?
AVP directly through Sean Loretto.
Do you have the logs of that conversation or
The
communications
logs
between AVP?
pull up, and you can see that basically he went into the lab, he plugged something in, and into the mainframe of the science lab, and AVP Laboratories overrode security protocol to lock down the science lab for containment outbreak.
Clank, is there... Can I look through the cameras through the science lab?
Showing cameras, and you see it pulls up a screen, and you're looking into the science lab, and you can see currently Dr. a hazmat suit, and he is messing with the containment unit because the containment unit that was holding the sample has grown so substantially that it is starting to break out of the containment unit, it looks like. And Dr. Loretto looks like he's in there hastily trying to stop it from getting out of the containment unit currently. He doesn't look like he's doing anything nefarious, but he does look like he has taken it into his own hands. And while you're watching him place tools around and kind of just messing with the containment unit in this room, he stops occasionally. It kind of looks like he's coughing. And there's even such an episode in this where he stops and puts his hand up on the wall, and doubles over himself, coughing so hard it looks like. And he looks like he's trying to fix the issue, but he's also kind of going through it right now. But he is hard at work trying to contain and keep contained this substance that appears to be near breaking out.
Is there an intercom into the science lab?
Yes. Additionally, the last little tidbit of information that I would tell you right now is the cameras that are peering in look like they have some condensation on them. But yeah, you hear Clank say, "Voice being channeled into science lab."
John, it's Rufus. Is there any manual override? I'd like to help you with that.
You see, he like looks up, and he looks around. He walks over to like a camera that he can see in the corner of the room and looks up at it, and he says, as he looks up, you can immediately see on his face that the blotches are way worse, and he's got blotches all over his face. And he looks up at you and he says, I don't think any override should be used. Things are getting a little extreme in here. I think it may be good to keep this place locked off from the rest of you, especially with the current issues or worry. I think it would be best to leave me. I think it would be best to leave me in here alone.
John, you're looking very worse for wear.
I understand this. I know. I don't think anyone should come into this room until you arrive at AVP Laboratories.
John, if this is getting out of hand, do you think you could really hold that? Because I don't think we should dock anywhere if this is what's happening.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think I can handle it. Just give me a little bit of time. And he kind of starts looking around, and he walks a few feet behind and just collapses, falls flat on his face.
I'm running over to the captain's quarters and I'm beating that door down.
You're slamming on the captain's quarters door.
I'll open up. What's going on out there?
Captain Thanos, there's Sean just went into the lab and he's collapsed. It looks like there might be a containment outbreak. I don't know. AVP has overridden all the doors in the lab.
All right, put everybody on high alert. Clank, alert everybody of what has just happened. And, damn it, do we have any more hazmat suits?
Just the ones that Sean has and the one that I've got right now.
All the lights on deck
Tool.
go to red. All the lights on the deck go to red. And immediately you guys hear over the comms. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Yeah! Let's go, Jar!
No, but you go and you don the hazmat suit, Thanos?
What's up?
Did you say you went to get the other hazmat suit?
No, it's, I was just asking Roof if we have any more.
Oh, yes. You have one more hazmat suit, and then you have 4 vac suits, which are like spacesuits.
Okay, I'm gonna go put the last hazmat suit on.
Okay, you go put the last hazmat suit on, and you make your way back out into the galley. I think at this point, Fido, Raj, and Henry, in all of your rooms, red lights turn on. And it is a sort of like low warning, where it's not like boo, you know, but it's like the lights turn red and you hear a very low like warning, 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 that just kind of slowly goes out as it wakes you up. Raj, I think for you this is a not welcome but a recognizable thing to be waking up as a soldier. And you wake up and immediately in your like PTSD brain you're like, go get the gun.
Yeah.
As you guys wake up to this alarm going off, and the whole ship has this low red now.
I want to tell Clank to alert Fido specifically to come to the science lab doors.
I hear that call. I start
Fido,
running.
you hear that through Clank very easily.
Yeah. I'm running.
Okay.
Picture perfect sprinting because I'm an android. Yeah. That like get out sprint.
Yeah. All right. In a matter of moments, all of you guys are together in the galley.
I want to give Fido my hazmat suit and say, I can try and get that door open, but I need you guys to contain that. Can you do it? Is it possible?
Well, then I'll open my door and be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Wait, so you want me to put on the hazmat suit? Is that what you mean?
That is correct. Don't you need one? Am I getting that right?
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm you didn't want to put on the hazmat suit. I thought you were putting it on, but I might have misheard you.
No, it's
Okay.
yours. It's yours.
Yeah, I start putting that shit on.
What's
I'm
the
sorry,
situation,
John.
Captain?
What was that?
What's the situation?
Come again?
Talking into my deaf ear.
All right, yeah.
Ah.
So what's happened here
AirPods
is we have a unknown organism that is outgrowing.
Yeah, I'm getting the
its-
gun. I want to go to the arms.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm getting the gun. Okay, so you head to the arms locker. Opening up the
The
arms
gun.
locker, you find that there are several guns in there. Inside the arms locker, you currently have an SMG, a pulse rifle, a stun baton, a boarding axe, a crowbar, and a flamethrower. Additionally, you have what is now 0 hazard suits, because you have taken them, but you also have one standard battle dress in there, separate from the other one that you're currently wearing. On top of that, if you wouldn't mind, clicking on your standard battle dress in your app, and just read off what it says there for me.
Okay. It says normal included short range comms.
Okay.
Includes short range comms. AP7.
Only short range comms?
Includes short range comms. Yeah.
Okay. So short range comms are exactly what they sound like. If you are anywhere on the ship, you can radio comm back to Clank or anyone that's at a mainframe and speak with them. But that is only if you're wearing what you're wearing right now. So there is another person who could put on a standard battle dress if they so choose at the moment. Jake, is your light flickering?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Is there a setting that you can put on?
What are
the
the
check as far as the atmosphere goes here? It's a good
That's
effect.
eerie.
Yeah, I like it. I can't.
What are
do
the
that,
weapons
but-
again?
So there's an SMG, a pulse
Okay.
rifle,
Okay.
and a flamethrower. Those are the three guns right now. If you
Okay.
wanted to, I can read you off. Hold on. So the add item, add equipment, weapons. So the SMG is 2d10, and the
Okay.
pulse rifle is 3d10, and then the flamethrower is
Oh yeah, I see them right here. I got
2d10
them.
as well. And the way that combat works in this game and initiative and stuff like that, there is none of that. So the way that it normally works in this game is if it comes to it, we have a combat that happens, and it's generally I tell you what is going to happen from the bad guy's standpoint and what could possibly happen, and then you guys all have your turn and you decide in what order you would like to do certain things. And the way that combat usually works is there is a very simple method of anything combat related, and it is just your combat score that is on the app.
Okay.
So if you see your combat score, is, my combat score here is 46. It's a save, or it's a stat, sorry. Anything you're doing. Stabbing, punching, shooting. There's no proficiency similar to D&D. It is just a flat and simple combat check. So, in any of the moments of combat in this game, it is going to be one side rolling the 2d10 for the combat, 2d10 for the combat. If it succeeds, it happens. If it fails, it misses. But we are not there yet, so we won't worry about that too much right now. But you head into the lockers. What are you grabbing?
Are there straps on any of them by chance? The weapons?
Straps in what, like to wrap around?
Like back
you?
straps? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right. I'm gonna walk in there and I'm gonna be like, yeah, nothing's taking this fucking ship, and I want to grab the SMG and I want to throw it over my back, but I also want to grab the pulse rifle and hold it, and I also want to put the stun baton on my belt.
This is the ship's one line of defense.
No one's taking this fucking shit, and I want to grab the
Sure.
flamethrower as well and hold it in my other hand while
Sure.
I have the pulse rifle, and I want to
And
dip out back to the
Captain Thanos, you would also know that in your room you have like a locker that is like behind a painting that you could crack open, and you have inside there a Mohab unit, which is like a habitat, like a tent and all that stuff, a flare gun, a revolver, and a HUD. So like you could put something on that is like a heads up display for you. But you have those things in there as basically the ship is going down and I need to survive on a planet. I'm gonna go grab all this. Like this is your like bug out bag. You know,
Right.
this is your I need to abandon ship. I need to go grab all this shit and head out. You know.
Right.
So,
Okay.
but that is there if you want it. So Raj comes walking out strapped to high hell. This ship ain't going down on my watch.
Where are they going down? I also want to look at Henry and I'll be like, Henry, you know how to use a welder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I throw him the flamethrower. Like, put that on.
If you say so.
We're not fucking around.
I look at Rufus
Well,
and
I
I
guess
say,
I'm not now.
as a man of science, are you sure you don't want to go in? I'm happy to do it if you guys want to mitigate the risk, but you're the professional here.
I would say I would like to be in some contact with that. Yes.
I take the hazmat suit off and I give it to Rufus instead.
He has one on.
He
We
does?
breaching this
No,
door?
Rufus doesn't.
No?
There's only 2
I'm
on
not
board,
breaching.
and Sean has one on currently.
Hmm.
So
Oh,
when
I
you
thought you
guys
said there were 3.
no, there's 2 hazmat suits, and then there's 4 vac suits.
Okay.
Yeah, so like they put the only 2 on when they first got on the ship to go in there and handle it, you know, and then they put those back. And then when you guys woke up this morning, the other one was on Sean, and then you went and there's only 1 left. I may have misspoken, but there was only supposed to be 2 hazmat suits.
Okay.
So Rufus throws his hazmat suit on, and you guys go over and look into the science lab or stand outside the doors. Who's doing
Yeah,
what
isn't
here?
there
What's going on?
isn't there like a physical bypass near the door? Like a key
So there
card or
is this
something that you can jack
this
into.
mainframe right here that you could in the galley try to jack into to manual override.
Yeah, or let me ask: is anyone else proficient in hacking mainframe systems? I remembered how to do it when I was a teenager, but yeah.
Hold on,
it's not my
Captain. What are we
specialty.
doing? We just
That's how much
cracking
as
open this door?
hacking is.
What was that?
Well,
What was that, Henry?
Hang on a second.
That was
Was it?
Raj.
Who's spelled this?
Fido,
Yeah.
yesterday, what was it you did when you went in there?
Well, when I saw the rash on Sean's face, I wanted to check the diagnostics on the sample to make sure that it hadn't been breached in any way, considering that's the only new element on this ship. But like I told you, I didn't see anything different.
You didn't touch the dial at all for the temperature?
Oh, you have to touch some of the buttons to check the diagnostics, but that was the extent of it.
Fido, which ones did you touch?
I don't know how to answer that question. The
Don't
diagnostic
know how
ones.
to answer the.
No, this is me out of character. Like, I don't know. You want like a proprietary tech names? Like, I touched the diagnostic
did-
buttons.
What?
Did you touch the carbolator or did you touch the infractor?
What did it say, Fido?
The
What'd you
temperature.
do in there?
Well, all right.
The
I thought
temperature was the same. I read the readout. Temperature was the same. It was in stasis, so I left.
Fido, I saw condensation on the camera lens. That isn't something that's ever happened in my lab.
maybe
Condensation.
Sean raised the temperature when he went in.
Condensation, moisture on the camera lens.
When did you see that?
I just checked the cameras this morning when I first saw that Sean was out of his quarters.
Well, when did Sean go in there?
Based off the logs, it must have been around 2 a.m.
Well, the logs would tell you precisely when Sean entered.
It said he had communications with AVP at 1:20 for the lockdown. So I'm assuming somewhere in that time, I don't know, maybe he just was opening it up, maybe he was going through some routine look-throughs, and then he contacted the mainframe in the lab and maybe got the lockdown.
I can certainly understand the skepticism, but I don't understand the paranoia, given we have somebody who manually overrode the system and is currently in the lab, collapsed on the ground.
Yeah, listen, eggheads, what the fuck are we doing? Are you guys just gonna sit here and chit chat all day?
we need to handle Sean. I agree with Raj in this instance, as I normally do.
That's interesting.
I love
We need to
Raj.
set up
Well,
a
let's get in.
perimeter.
We need to get in there. That's
Hold
what I
on
know.
now. We got to set up a perimeter around this door.
What do you
All right,
suggest,
go
Raj?
ahead, security detail.
I,
If you can get
I
through
s-
that door, but nothing better come back out, unless it's you two, and
I say
nothing
we
else.
open the door and we assess the situation with Henry near the door, ready to flame anything that comes out.
And I don't want
If
to
this
have
is
to
an
tell my
outbreak, we don't
friends.
want this going to the rest of the ship.
I agree.
That's a great point, Raj.
I would like to mention, though, that once we open that door, given what the doctor said, it seems as though any remnants of this organism can develop. Meaning that if any remnants of it get out of the science lab, they could begin growing at a rate that we aren't familiar with.
We're
It's
just
only
gonna
been
burn
in
it.
containment. The whole lab?
Huh?
We
What?
aren't entirely
Raj,
sure if fire is effective either.
Raj, I love you, but we haven't thought this through. We're gonna burn the whole lab?
I don't exactly want to burn the whole lab,
Huh?
There's
Raj.
flammable material in there, Raj. We
What?
can't do that. We could compromise the safety of the ship.
There's too much flammable material everywhere.
I'm getting a little antsy. Can we make a fucking decision?
Well, at the moment the science lab is locked. Perhaps we should just leave Sean in there for the time being.
Well, we
Hey,
could.
man,
Should we
not part of the
contact
crew.
AVP?
I believe we should contact AVP and get some more information about this. They are the ones who overrode the system.
good point.
Get him
Fido.
on the horn, Thanos.
All right. I hit up Clank. Hey, Clank, can you connect me to AVP?
Connecting to AVP Laboratories. And you give it a second where like doot 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 doot. Hello? This is Marshall.
Hey, Marshall. This is Captain Thanos of the Albatross.
Yeah, what can I do you?
We're transporting your boy Sean over here, and he locked himself in our science lab, and now he's fainted on the ground. What's going on with him?
And what is this pertaining to? I don't know any Sean. What are you talking about here? What mission
is
is this?
Sean.
What's the log here? What? I need some more information.
All right, Clank, send him the mission log.
Sending mission log and diagnostics. Doot 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 doot. All right, your mission log's coming in here. Sean. Yeah. So what's the problem here? You said he locked himself in a room or something.
Yes, and he's fallen unconscious in the room, but the door is locked and overridden through your mainframe. So I'm gonna need you to open that up.
Through our mainframe.
That's right. I'm gonna send him the security log from the door that says that.
I mean, is there any reason he did so? We got a log. It looks like it came in around 1:30 a.m. last night, and it's showing us that there was a security breach, override, lockdown. Does that have anything to do with what you're talking about here? Security breach?
I believe so. I believe that's the one.
So then why the hell do you want to get in there?
I'm trying to assess the situation before it gets any worse.
Can I trust you to do that, Captain Thanos?
You can trust us to do our job, Marshall. You know that.
I'll send an override here in a couple hours. It's got to go through some other people, so it might be a little bit, but you know how security clearance works.
Yeah, I know the deal.
Let me send this to the right people, but I think everything should be going your way. Just give it a couple hours.
Couple up. All right. Thanks, Marshall.
This ain't anything I can handle. You know that.
All right.
I'm going to send it to the right people. They'll take care of it, all right? Is there anything else you need from me?
No, nothing else, Marshall. You have yourself a good night.
All right, well, be careful. Doesn't sound like it's something easy, so make the right decisions. Over and out.
Over and out.
Phew. Shuts down. you hear from Clank. Override orders in progress. 1%.
Long wait.
I think I can speed this up somehow.
And I think on a majority now of your mainframe screens, there is a loading bar. That is like Clank's approximation of how long this process might take before you are transmitted full security override. Like it appears as
you're
though, and
correct.
I think you guys would know too, like with a company like this, this is like very much Alien, Lethal Company. Like they're getting all the info now, and they're deciding whether or not you're going to be able to get the clearance. So like it's going through a few levels first, and I think you guys would know that, having worked for AVP for as long as you have. Things take time, especially when you guys are 3 days out still.
The science lab has climate controls, right? Not just for the containment cells, but for the room itself, right, Dr. Rufus?
It should, yes.
Should
I was
we
just
perhaps,
thinking the same thing.
Yeah, should we
As was I.
perhaps plummet the temperature in there to maintain things as they are?
Absolutely.
Maybe just above freezing.
Yeah, so
Don't want it to be too dramatic.
you can't touch it out here.
Agreed.
But you can by the mainframe. And Rufus, you make your way to the computer to start to look at the temperatures, and you immediately see that the temperatures in the science lab have been turned up to the max that they could possibly be turned up to.
Damn.
We're talking like 95 degrees plus,
Is there a log of when that happened?
around 140.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry. You see two things. You see that there is a log that has turned up the room temperature severely, around 140, but you do see a particular habitat temperature increase that was the previous day, around like 5 o'clock p.m. Close to them.
Oh.
Like
I
around
turned
the
my
same
head.
around the same time that you were dealing with the doctor and bringing him to the med bay was around the same time that the science lab containment unit temperature was turned up like 30 degrees.
Damn.
Before we had, like, when I saw Rufus go there after we confirmed that the room had climate controls, I would have started making my way to the mainframe down the hall.
Okay, you're just going there now?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
left.
All right, you're just
So,
walking down there.
Yeah, Clank, plummet the temperature in the science lab. Let's drop it.
Dropping temperature in science lab. To what degree?
God, at this point,
Freezing?
freezing.
Dropping temperature to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. As you guys
Captain,
can see, some movement in there, some steam moving around. Things are shifting in the science lab.
Captain, Fido definitely turned the temperature up. It at least started this outbreak. I don't know if it was intentional. Maybe he did just switch a knob and he really did click through something. I don't know. But Fido definitely
Fido, you
started-
say?
Fido.
Yeah, I think Fido blew a circuit or something. I don't know how he managed to. Maybe it was a mistake and he flipped a dial. I don't know, but
Is Fido here right now? Where is Fido?
No.
Where
You
is
guys are looking
Fido?
around. Fido's not around. He seemed to have
I haven't
walked
seen him
off.
the last couple
I
minutes.
hate that.
He was here.
Can't trust
Clank-
those fucking androids.
Clank, pull up last feed of Fido, please.
Last feed of Fido, and it pulls up, and you see him standing with all of you, and then turning around and walking down the hallway to the med bay. About 5 minutes ago.
Thanos, I know I'm not one to give any orders as your final say, but I think you would give Raj some great pleasure in saying to watch Fido. That's just my opinion.
I'll take them out right now, sir.
No, well, that's Thanos' call, I guess. I'd advise against.
First, let's find Fido and see if we can do any recalibration protocols to help, I don't know,
I'll
reboggle his
sharpen him
memory.
up a bit.
Yeah.
Should I take him down, or are we addressing him as a hostile entity?
No, not for now. He hasn't shown any hostile actions yet, as far as we know.
I'll be
Yet.
ready. Just give the word.
All right,
let's
you
go
all
find
start
Fido.
walking down this center hallway. The doors open up as you walk a good 25 feet to the next door. Looking at the medbay door, it opens up. You walk through the medbay before you get right outside the mainframe doors as it opens as well. And you can see currently a finger placed in the system, Fido, as he slowly turns to look at all of you entering.
I want to pull my gun on him, hold it up, facing
Whoa,
him.
Hey,
Raj,
what are you doing there, Fido?
I was gonna drop the temperature in the science lab.
I was already doing that fight.
That was already being done, Fido.
I thought that we agreed that you can only do that from the mainframe. Temperature controls are done to the mainframe. That's why I left, to plummet the lab.
Yeah, I saw you on the Clank feed that you were with us, and then you left after we already plummeted the temperature.
No, I left after Rufus went to the computer to check the log on the science lab. After we had already discussed that we need to go to the mainframe to plummet the temperature. So I went to
suppose
the
that does make
mainframe to
sense.
plummet the temperature.
I suppose that actually does make quite a bit of sense. Fido, you do know that we can access the mainframe through the computer terminals, though.
We said that we have to go to the mainframe. Am I wrong?
No,
Exactly.
you are,
No,
you are
Fido,
right,
you are
right.
not wrong.
No, you are
You are
right.
not wrong.
When it was decided to plummet the temps, Fido disappeared and walked over to the mainframe to do so.
Okay, good.
And by now it has happened. Like, you guys were
Right,
still in
okay.
that room when it happened. So,
I would say to Rufus, are you sure that you plummeted the temps or that you just saw me plummet the temps at the exact time?
Fido, real quick,
I suppose I don't know,
Fido,
Fido.
Fido, I would like you to roll me a fear save, please. To this door opening up to the whole crew looking at you, one of them with a gun out.
So what are these numbers on the saves? That's how much I can diminish the roll that I have by?
What are the
This is your
numbers? What are the
threshold.
numbers that you have on the saves?
I have 18 sanity, 83 fear, 21 body.
Holy shit.
83 fear? Holy
Yeah,
shit.
dude,
God.
androids are not afraid.
Friend.
So yeah, roll me
Not
a fear
afraid.
save. I don't think there's anything that can affect this one. I think the saves are unimpeded by other abilities. I think stats are what is helped with your skills.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything you can do about your saves similar to like having a saving throw in D&D. You just have what you
rolled-
have.
Okay. I rolled a 48.
Okay, so you're good. You maintain composure. This is not the first time you've had a gun pointed at you.
Won't be the last.
Definitely won't be the last.
Well, I've done it now. The temperatures are plummeted in the science lab.
Alright, I'm just gonna, can I recommend that you maybe don't touch the cabinets or the stuff inside the lab without maybe coming to me or seeking me out?
Why is that? Is something wrong?
Well,
Besides the obvious?
it would appear that the bio safety cabinet, when it was, there were two logs. It was the one of Sean where he shot up the lab temperatures, and then it was the day before, around the time I was checking Sean, that the cabinet temperatures specifically rose up substantially, which I'm thinking led to the organism kind of breaking out of its containment and growing at a rapid rate. And you were the only one that touched the cabinet in those days.
Yeah, I was simply following protocol.
What protocol was that?
I ran the diagnostics. That's the temperature the organism is intended to be kept at this point in the mission.
Sorry? What protocols are we referring to right now?
The mission log for this mission states that by the 4th day, the organism needs to be kept at that temperature. That's exactly what I did in a diagnostics.
I didn't see that in my mission log.
Are you sure?
Did we compare logs?
Yeah, well, we.
I think you should check the AVP log one more time. It says to be kept at that temperature. That's what AVP suggested.
Do we have physical logs, or would we say Clank pull up a log? Like, is it one unanimous log?
So there is one unanimous log, but it is not foreign to you to have different logs with different objectives.
Huh.
Like sometimes going on these missions, you have objectives that are specialized for your role. So you would not be surprised if Fido was given a specialized order to maintain composure of the containment unit. I think that wouldn't be too crazy of you to be like this isn't the first mission that you've been on where Fido has been on containment control just by his nature of being attached to the system as much as he is. You know, like, for example, I think there's a good reality where you guys have had objectives in the past that have been like, transfer this unit to this company, and Raj has had a particular lone objective of don't let anything touch this person. You know what I mean? Like there are some specialized unit based objectives. Like for you, it would be, you would have seen like transport objective, and particularly underneath it would have said like try to avoid handling the substance as much as possible, which Sean basically conveyed that to you, you know, in the sense of using as much of the hazmat as he could, you know, and not trying to prevent as much physical contact to this thing as you possibly can. You know, I didn't really give any of you guys any additional objectives. But if Fido is saying that he got one, then I wouldn't put that past anything that you guys are used to.
Fido, what are your additional protocol following the raising of the temperature?
And just assure the safe delivery of the organism.
Interesting. What does AVP know that we don't? Sean said this is a new item.
I think they just have a vested interest in the delivery of the organism as it is.
A bunch of paper pusher bureaucrats. Who knows what they're fucking holding on to?
Well said, Raj. I've always liked you.
Well, regardless, I don't want them to have to hack off a piece of the Albatross when we get there. That's a probably best case scenario, if we're being honest.
So I believe perhaps we should just keep it in containment. Keep it contained to the lab. Of course, that will limit our access to our lab, but if it means our safety and the organism's safety.
I'm almost inclined to agree on that then. I think with that, the state that it looks to be in, that might be like we're either risking the crew or we're risking the whole ship, or maybe just Sean, the scientist that I guess we're supposed to escort. One casualty with the idea of transporting the organism, or the whole ship, the Albatross, and all its members. I'm sorry, I think I would take the Albatross and its members. Call me selfish.
Let's lock it the fuck down then.
It appears AVP already did.
Well, we'll see where lowering the temperature gets us. We'll see if it slows it, maybe stops it completely. Maybe he'll wake back up in there, but in the meantime, he's got nowhere to go.
I'll be running security detail in the meantime.
All right, so we have dropped temp in the science lab. We have sent some word out to AVP. What are we doing now?
We stop those orders to AVP to override, or should we just have it available to us?
Are those doors available yet to be opened?
No.
Is the science lab well lit?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sitting at the window and I'm just taking shifts watching that.
Okay.
Occasionally go to the bathroom.
Raj ends up walking back from this conversation back to the galley. Are the lot of you following?
I was gonna say before that I think it's perhaps good that we continue the override request just so we have control of our own ship. It doesn't necessarily mean we have to open the door, but it would give us control over that portion of our ship again.
I agree, Fido.
So you're
We
trying
may not need to open that door.
You're trying to get full control again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're maintaining the request for control.
Okay. Is everyone going to the galley except for Fido then? And as Fido's kind of waiting for those calls to come in, and you guys are just following Raj back to, where he's going as far as this mission goes.
Say, Fido, could you? I understand that was in the protocol, but given the nature of this, would you be able to? Would you be willing to go, perhaps against protocol of allowing that specimen its ideal temperature?
Not if it infringed on its ability to be transported safely back to AVP, no.
But say if it at least could, if we could keep it within some level of containment without letting it branch into any other part of the ship. Say making it less habitable but not inhabitable.
The science lab?
Yes.
Are you suggesting that we raise the temperature slightly?
No, I'm saying we keep the temperatures down, but keep it confined there. So even when we do get access, we keep it confined to the science lab, and we do not raise the temperatures, and we do not open the lab.
As long as it assures the safety of the organism.
Okay. That works for me.
It will, Fido. It will. Don't worry about that.
Do you like to give it a name, Fido?
I think we should name it after my best friend Raj.
I think we should
What
name
do you
it
guys think?
Roger.
I
don't
like
think
that.
we should
I
do
like
that.
that. I like
Don't
Roger.
give my boy Rat King Raj this sort of connotation, all right, guys? Come on. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not associating with any of this. I'm fucking walking with purpose.
All
to
right,
the galley.
so a majority of the crew then leaves the mainframe, I would assume, to head up to the med bay with Raj. Is that a safe assumption? As
Yeah, could I
Fido kind of wraps up what
decontaminate
he's
my
doing here.
quarters?
Sure. Yeah. You head to your quarters and you walk into your quarters and
Mhm.
you are now kind of fully aware of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say just roll me a D100, please. I'm going to give it a relatively medium DC here for me. We're going to say that your check on this is going to be a 50.
Dude, I shit you not. I've rolled out of like 5 or 6 rolls. I've rolled fucking 80s.
So you got an
Or
80.
3 or 4 of them. Yeah,
Okay.
80 again.
You walk in and you realize that you fail.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to take a point of stress. And you look out at your room. And you realize that your trash can in your room currently is full of tissues. Tissues that
Jerkin?
Sean has been
Covered in cum.
coughing into. And you look at these tissues, and they are covered in a brown, purple liquid that is starting to crust over. And it is starting to kind of overtake the tissues in this flaky brown purple material that you would notice now. You didn't see that when you left your room this morning, but is now very prominent in this room that is a good 70 degrees at least, which isn't terribly hot. It's not terribly cold either. It is about the perfect medium of where humans like to sit at,
Mm.
but it is something that catches your eye as soon as you walk in. And as you do that, you probably scan the rest of the room and find that these rooms are built for more people. But you don't use it as such. It's a smaller crew, you know? But you look into one of these cubbies that the doctor was staying in, and you do find similar specks of, you know, flakes of this brownish purple that are starting to rapidly spread. And rapidly in a sense that you were here this morning and you didn't see that. But leaving now, or leaving then and coming back now, you are starting to see that it is spreading. And I think walking into here and seeing that, I'm going to need you to roll me a fear save. As immediately walking in here, you notice this is happening.
I do not
And
win
it
those.
does not sit well with you.
Grab some other dice, man. What
I
do
just
you
tried
do?
another pair of dice. They're slightly lower, but I mean, my fear is 19. So yeah, I
Oh,
failed.
yeah, that's hard.
I have awful fear.
So you're going to
That's
take a
hard.
point of stress
Yeah.
as you start freaking out. And additionally, I'm going to say I need you to roll me a panic check, as the little bit in the back of your brain is like, I've been sleeping in the same fucking room as this guy for 3 days. Roll me a panic check, please. What is your stress? What is your stress at currently?
5.
5. Okay, so you're gonna
Yeah.
roll a d20.
Okay.
And you are trying to get 6 or higher. If you roll a 5 or lower, then you begin to panic.
Jesus Christ. 13.
13. Okay, you deep breathe. Start maintaining your composure. You are not freaking out yet. But you do know now, from walking in here, that you may be exposed more than anyone else to this thing. Additionally, as you all are setting up, Fido, if you wouldn't mind dropping down into the lab.
Secrets.
Like
be-
walking into the lab?
No.
Oh,
the
you're talking about
Discord
our
lab.
lab,
Yep.
the Discord lab. Oh, okay.
I will be back in a second with the stream for the music, but I'm going to drop down into the lab briefly.
Is he still? Oh, he's still in.
Hey.
All right, so Hog, you get a message from AVP Laboratories that tells you containment and held composure of the substance is utmost priority. Life and the provided crew are on the bottom of the list now. The top of the list is bring this organic substance back to the crew at AVP Labs. The very bottom of the list now for you is survival of the crew.
Whoa, nice, because that's how I was playing it already.
Yes. So you, as far as you know, you need to bring this organic material back. And if no one comes along with that, good. It's fine. No problem.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we're going to go back.
Okay.
Home
Put that zip
telephone.
folder in WinRAR, dude. Wait, You you know? just gave him a zip folder.
Oh.
Yo, did he just say Rufus is a doofus?
Who
That's what
said
he
that?
said.
Oh,
That's
shit.
what he
All right,
said.
we
Y'all
are
are
back to
killing this
streaming.
shit.
We are back to ready to go. Tune back into the stream for the music, please. But yes, we are continuing here.
Hey, bro, put on the Necromorph's attack.
I
Put
got
on
you.
Sober
Bro, I
my
got you.
tool again.
I understand.
Could
Thanks,
you
bro.
turn the
Alright,
music
so-
up just a bit?
So
Just a little
Raj,
bit.
you make your way back into the galley, meeting up with everyone there. While you guys are hanging out, who's doing what here? I think Fido, you have last say in this because you are walking into the room last. So what
Right.
is everybody doing now that we are waiting in the galley for your updated clearance?
I'm grabbing a chair. I'm going, putting it right next to the science lab, and I am going to sit there and occasionally check in the window.
Okay.
I'm gonna head to the pantry and grab a bite.
You go
So
to the pantry and
casual.
you grab a bite.
So cool.
I'm assuming my quarters might have like one of those storage units that you would do for a specimen, just being that like maybe I have my own scope or maybe my own storage kind of area, since you said it's
Sure.
like a
Yeah.
little sizable thing. I'm gonna try and like, I assume actually I have the Haz suit on.
You do.
I would have assumed I had the Haz suit on. I'm gonna take a couple of the tissues and put them into one of the vacuum seal kind of containers and grab my scope and like walk backward out and just close the door and say, don't go in there. Do not go in my room. I think that counts as a contaminant. I'm gonna isolate myself away, okay? I say that just to the galley.
Damn. Okay, good
Well,
call.
hang on. What did you see?
There's some brownish, purplish, that slime material that he brought in that looks like it's breaking out in the science lab. It looks like that might be in my quarters as well. Do what you will. If you have a way of, if you want to burn stuff in there, if you want to take it out, burn it. Do what you
Fucking
will.
burn it.
Yeah, you do what you will. I'm gonna get away from you guys though.
Oh, God.
Perhaps I should
Where are you gonna go,
accompany
Rufus?
Raj.
Uh,
Well, Henry's
I
got
assume-
the flamethrower.
I assume there might be a holding area, or maybe an like a quarantine zone inside the med bay. I think I'm gonna hold myself up in there if you guys need me. Just intercom me.
Heard.
All right. Rufus heads down to the med bay, alone. Who is behind him currently? No one?
No one.
All right, he's going to go put himself into biohazard containment in the med bay, which is about as much as a tanning booth standing up. So you have a small tube that you can stand in. As you make your way into the med bay, you walk into that room and the doors go down as you are standing there in your suit. And roll me a body save, please.
See how the baby dice treat me.
Come on, baby dice.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
baby
a fail.
dice. Act
A
grown.
fail?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel yourself start to really focus in on how your body is feeling in this moment. You get into the med bay and you start to really close your eyes and just feel your body and feel, is there anything wrong? And while you're sitting there in silence, alone, you feel a tickle in the back of your throat as you cough just a little bit. You immediately get hit with a sneaking suspicion that makes you want to go grab the, let's see, you immediately want to go grab the med scanner.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay. Let me double check real quick on the med scanner. Okay. You grab the med scanner and you realize that you need to use this outside of your hazmat suit. Is that okay?
How big is the med scanner exactly?
Med scanner is like a gun
Okay.
that you can scan over body parts
Mhm.
to get a, let's see, it says, allows the user to scan a living or dead body to analyze it for disease or abnormalities without having to do a biopsy or autopsy. Results may not be instantaneous and may require a lab for complete analysis.
I go. I think I grab the med scanner, and I bring it into that kind of quarantine small area, lock that, and then doff my hazmat.
You doff the hazmat. You start scanning. Beep beep, beep beep. Foreign entity present. Infected.
Does it state a location, or is it just state in general?
General.
Jesus.
Mother of God.
I look
And of
for.
course, Rufus is the only one who knows about this right now.
I look for any of the strongest antibiotics that we have.
So there are radiation pills. There's also a stim pack.
Well, with the radiation pills, that just, I assume is the namesake, it just eliminates radiation, or is that it gives me radiation?
It reduces your radiation level, which
Okay.
you have no radiation level yet.
I think I just start shaking a little bit with the weight of it, and I start trying to just look at these things. I cough onto little slides or just spit on some slides, and I start trying to look at it and figure out what's going on.
You start looking at these slides, and for the sake of brevity, you take a little bit of time trying to study what's happening to you. And in the short time that you have of studying what's happening to you, the most apparent thing that you realize is that it is feeding off of the heat that your body gives off and rapidly growing. Like this, you spit onto a little thing and put it down, and you see it's growing to such an extent that your scientific brain is like, there's no fucking way that this is going so fast. And you pull back and unzip your hazmat suit and open it up and look inside, and from your forearms up is blotchy. And I need you to roll me a fear save.
You know I don't win those.
Damn, Rufus.
Oh! You know what I do, though? It's actually, would this be... That's, I think, a critical success. I got 3 zeros.
That's a critical success. You're good. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go warm
not
up some
afraid.
food. I'll be back.
I'm gonna fill my water up, too.
I'm going piss.
I'm gonna open the zip file Sam sent me.
I've got my ice cream right here.
Looks like it's just me and Henry.
Yeah, let me know what's on that zip.
It looks like he sent me everything in his bank account.
Mm.
can't be
Thanks,
much.
Sam. Shout out Sam. Quitting work tomorrow. He sent me $37.
Is it in crypto?
Yeah, you know what? It looks like it is in crypto.
That's
Sent
why.
me
Coin.
Yoink Coin.
W.
It's a Dogecoin.
Whoa, Yoink Coin is
You
going
don't-
way
you don't
up,
want-
bro.
You don't want
That's
no
an
Dogecoin.
investment.
I heard.
Right, I see we still have some people missing, so I will be right back again.
And there he goes.
Peeing twice in a row? Damn. This guy's got to take a giant leap.
Damn. It's okay. It's enrichment time
Combo.
for the rest of us.
Yay, we can speak our
Mine's
fucking
Spit it out, man.
Our minds?
Yeah,
Our-
our thoughts,
our-
our minds,
our
our
gags
big,
have been
ginormous brains.
taken
Are you
off.
gagging?
No,
Gagging
we had
on it?
gags on.
Gagging on it.
You
Haha,
can't
I
say
said
that
the joke
anymore.
louder. I got credit for it.
Why not? Why
It
can't we
has
say it in?
It has implications now.
It didn't before?
No, it's more just random, obscure.
Oh, he stared. Did anyone else see that?
That's
yeah,
what
I
it
saw
means.
I saw the glimpse.
Henry, please.
God, do you guys ever shut the fuck up? Holy
No.
shit, dude. Holy
Definitely not.
fuck.
Here comes Raj with the
Alright,
flamethrower.
Holy shit.
Fuck
Okay.
right off, Ethan.
So,
Why don't you make her light red? God damn, man. Immersion.
Yeah,
So-
alright.
What the fuck? It's a ceiling lamp. How the fuck am I gonna make it red?
Put a
Just
shirt
a
Got
on.
light
red
bulbs.
foil I can put over it?
alright,
Red
alright,
shirt.
alright. So, the crew
You know, a gift to get you.
gathers themselves.
Thanos isn't back.
I know. The crew
Oh, okay.
gathers themselves again. After this moment, I would assume all of you would gather yourselves in the gallery as Rufus is still taking care of this whole setup. Rufus, as you're finishing up in the med bay, what are you doing? Are you staying in there? Are you calling out to Clank? What are you doing?
I'm going to the mainframe and I'm plummeting the temperature in the med bay. And I'm taking off everything except my underwear, my socks.
Okay.
Just sitting there, I'm just dealing with the cold. And I
Okay.
say, Clank, I'm just gonna call down to the galley, put my voice through to the galley. Guys, yeah, I'm infected. If you need to come to the med bay, you need to, I guess, calm through to me. I'll go into quarantine, I'll clean out and decontaminate the areas around it if you need it. I can give my best advice, but in the best interest for you guys, I cannot come into contact with you.
Roger that, Rufus.
This is bad.
As this echoes through the corridors, I think all of you hear a against the science lab doors.
Fellas hear that?
What
As you see a
fuck is that?
small dent in the door. Another dent. Another dent.
I don't want to find out what's on
Another
the other side of that.
Henry, you better get that flamethrower ready, I think.
I've got it
Henry,
ready.
Position yourself at the
I
door.
really
we gotta,
don't want
we
to have
gotta
to
come
use
up
it.
with something. Looks like this thing's gonna break through.
Another.
Do
I'm
we
gonna
want to
try
be here
and
when it does?
see
Another.
if I can reinforce it or something through the
Another.
mainframe.
You head to the mainframe. What are you doing?
I'm in the mainframe right now.
You head to, I would imagine, like one of these, which is
One of those-
tied to the mainframe.
Oh, I see. Okay. How bad are the dents in the door?
They're denting it enough that it couldn't slide back up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should vacate the area, gentlemen. Go to a different room.
And run from this thing?
I think so.
I want
What's
to
the
position
furthest
myself.
point?
Get the
Should we
fuck
I want
out
to
of here.
position
go-
myself on a chair, ready to like shoot whatever comes through the door.
All right. So, Emilio, since you've been gone, Zeke went down to the med bay, realized he was infected, dropped the temperature in the med bay, and went back in his skivvies and has locked himself in. Gave a broadcast to the rest of the station that he was infected in the med bay. And while you guys have been standing outside in the galley, outside of the science lab, something has started to bang on the doors and dent it. As it is currently just denting the doors. Raj
door?
just the door to the
Science
science lab from the galley.
Oh shit.
As Raj has taken a step up now on the table and chair, pointing his gun at the door.
Henry,
Okay.
get ready to flame that thing.
Does anyone have the battle suit on?
I've got some.
The extra battle suit? Sorry, that shit was hot.
No, the extra battle suit's still in there.
I think perhaps the way this thing spreads, it's best not we fight it. Maybe we should contain ourselves to a different room.
Yeah, well, what happens when it just...
Fighter, why don't you
Spreads
let me
over the
worry about
entire
security around here, huh?
What happens when it breaks down the door and it comes into this room?
We kill it.
Suppose we can't kill it.
suppose we
You
can't
hear
kill
a
it?
shattering of glass as the small viewfinder window has shattered. You see
Everyone get the fuck out.
reaching through it, a fungusy arm has like pulled through and is reaching around.
Flame it,
is
Henry.
It is an arm like normal, like a human arm, but it is covered in fungus. It's just reaching around.
I'm gonna blast at it with the flamethrower.
You blast at it with the flamethrower, and it starts to ignite the room. You see those red lights start to flicker and flash all around, and as the heat hits, it's weird, but it all coalesces and absorbs and gets sucked into this arm to a point where you're watching the heat hit this thing and the fire, and it is absorbing all of the energy, and it is growing faster than anything you have ever seen grow before. As fungus, purple and brown fungus, starts to sprout off of the arm and all around the viewfinder window in a rapid pace, now that it has been hit with heat and fire and light, the source of its energy, as it starts to just grow at an extreme pace out of the door. I need all of you guys to roll me a sanity save.
You fucking idiot.
Oh,
Raj.
everybody knows. I have
Also-
trauma response. When I
so-
fail a sanity save, everyone else gets a stress point.
Additionally, we are doing a sanity save. Does anybody have a trauma response that will align with this? Everyone's in the room, I think, except for Rufus.
Kyle does.
This is a.
My trauma response?
This is a sanity save.
Oh, okay. Then no.
When I fail it, all close friendly players gain 1 stress.
Okay.
I'm a riot.
So everyone roll a sanity check. Sanity save.
That's with the D20, right?
Fail.
Sanity is going to be a D100.
Fail.
Shit, I don't got one.
Pass.
Gonna roll the 2d10. So Fido saved, Thanos and Raj failed. You guys are each going to take a stress point.
29.
That's a fail.
That's a fail.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so Fido, Thanos, and Raj, you all get an additional stress point because Henry failed his.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And then I want everyone to roll me a panic check.
Oh no.
So you're rolling d20, and you're trying to roll beneath your score.
Score
So
for
if you have a 5 stress,
Stress score.
then you roll a d20. You need to get a 4 or lower. So
Okay.
you're rolling. You need
Wait,
to
no.
roll beneath your stress score in order to succeed.
Oh.
I thought you
That's a
said
fail.
above.
16. Fail.
Above to
Let's hope I
succeed.
can get-
Zeke. Yeah.
Above, yeah, yeah, okay.
Beneath,
Oh,
beneath
above it
to
too.
fail. Beneath to
Oh,
fail.
okay, okay. So pass.
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
okay.
pass.
Yeah, pass.
So Fido, you rolled a
6.
over.
3.
Okay, and then Thanos, you rolled a
16 over 4.
okay, and Raj
9 over 4.
and Henry.
19 over 2.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, you all rolled above, which is good in this instance. None of you started to panic, but it is looking
Wanted to.
dire as the creature has burst through this doorway and is starting to spread throughout the vicinity around this doorway, and it is growing fast. What are we doing?
I say we
Yeah,
book it to the engine room and lock the galley door.
Yeah, I'm getting up and sprinting to that hallway too, shooting behind me.
Going down to the engine room?
Do we have to seal it off
Yeah.
and make sure there's no more glass it can break through?
All right.
Well, I'm running like right here to seal this. Is the idea?
Okay.
That's another door.
Yeah, you run
Yeah.
to this door, you seal it down, you see the
Make sure
red
everyone's
lights close down. It locks the doors behind you. Where you headed? Down to the engine room, all of you together?
Yeah.
All right, you run down to the engine room. As you get there, you are hearing Clank speak to you. And as you run down, you hear, breach of science lab door. Breach of cargo bay door.
Whoa.
Escape pod gone as it launches. And the escape pod has launched and is gone.
Oh,
Shit.
it.
So now the science lab door and the cargo bay door have been breached, and the escape pod is gone.
Don't panic,
think it
fellas. I'm
was-
going to go to the mainframe and make sure those doors are sealed.
I think you should also lower the temperature in the galley and cargo bay.
Understood.
Yeah. Do you think it was Sean?
I think it was the creature inhabiting Sean. That's
Listen,
my
Henry,
guess.
you should ditch that flamethrower. I don't think it's gonna do us any good.
Yeah.
Can I, I'm going to go into the mainframe.
Okay.
What is the status on the override request?
The override request has now come back and is complete.
It's good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it allows you to override.
I
But
do check.
only you.
Okay. I do check to seal the galley door. And I'm also going to check to seal the med bay doors to the hall and the mainframe. Are those sealed?
Sealed.
Okay.
You do see a video feed of Rufus inside. Like inside the biocontainment unit in the med bay. In his skivvies.
How's he looking?
He's looking covered in splotches.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I do.
Okay. Alright. Where to now, Fido? Also, Rufus,
What-
is there anything that you want to do? Either one of you guys.
Can I check if whatever the say if there's like a whatever it's made up of molecularly that I can see under a scope? Like I say I'm gonna cut some piece like thin slice off from my skin. Look at that. Like I look at my spit and I look at blood comparatively to each other. Is it across all of them? Like would I say the fungus, like the bacteria or fungus that's in it, would I say all of them look the same, all equally infected?
It looks like it's more on your skin.
I'm gonna start fucking trying to take is there like a cryo type thing inside the medbay, say like a cryo gun or some form of freezing?
I think there might be, yeah, like,
Mhm.
but on a smaller level. Like not quite for someone as big as you. And
Oh
will-
no, I
will
mean
say
like
too,
localized even, like
yeah, there is a
stick or something.
localized sort of thing for it. Additionally, you're finding your skin and particularly your like mucous membrane. Like mucus transmits it pretty well. You know,
Mhm.
it's like a humid, warm transmitter of passing this.
Mhm.
Seems like that does it pretty well too.
I'm at this point I think I'm taking whatever the localized kind of cold thing or cold stick applicator, whatever, and I'm just like putting it right to the patches on my skin. I'm just holding it there until it freezes to the point like through any amount of pain I'm basically trying to freeze kill my own patches on my arms.
Sure. Anyone that is in the mainframe, who has gone into the mainframe other than Fido? Anyone?
I'll be in there with him.
Okay.
Yeah, Raj and I should be there.
Yeah. So Raj and Henry, you head into the mainframe with Fido. As Thanos, you are kind of hastily checking the engines in the engine room. As you guys make your way into the mainframe, all of you can hear on the other side of the door Rufus just screaming in pain as he is trying to cryo burn off these splotches on his skin, as it is incredibly painful. And Rufus, you are going to gain a +2 stress. No saves, nothing.
+2?
Yep, you're going to get +2 stress from trying to cryo burn off these patches. As it does, I mean, I would say for you, you get 1 or 2 of them down to where it freezes up the point, like almost like a wart, where it freezes up all the point, and you're like, this might work, and it still looks frozen, and you move on to another one, and you move on to another one. You probably get 4 or 5 in before you realize it's not doing anything.
Damn.
It's very slightly decreasing the spread, but that's about it. You know, it's like it's stopping the thing from moving, but it is very obviously feeding off of the general heat of your body and the energy of your body, and just taking that over. At this point, what are the rest of the crew doing?
I want to turn to Fido and I want to be like, Clinker, I got an idea.
Okay.
I think maybe you should guide him over to the cryo chamber, since this thing seems to feed off of heat. Maybe we throw him in the cryo chamber until we can figure out what to do with him.
This is Rufus, you're saying?
Yeah. Before he gets any worse and turns into one of those... I don't know what that is.
I hate to be dire, but I have to be realistic. I think it's better that we keep him in the med bay and plummet the temperatures in the med bay than compromise our cryo chambers, considering that's for all of the crew.
He seems pretty fucked up.
Right.
It is pretty extreme, but I think the cryo chambers would be able to drop him to an even lower temperature than what we could.
That's what I'm thinking.
Do
You
with
guys
the
are in
med
the
bay.
engine room, right?
No, we're in the
They're
mainframe.
mainframe.
Mainframe? Okay.
Yeah.
I think we could do that, but you have to consider the risk in moving him from one room to the other in that condition.
Listen, we lowered the temperature in the science lab, and look what happened.
That's very true, but
You guys hear an explosion in the vicinity as the entirety of the ship starts to shake. And Thanos and Henry, you guys would immediately catch that this is something in the engine room that just happened.
Well, I'm in the engine room.
Oh, you're still in there?
Yeah, I was in there.
Okay. So the rest of you feel this whole environment shake a bit. Thanos, you hear a ping, some metal move, and a sort of like a weird splotchy sloshing sound, and then an explosion as you see the other side of the room erupts in a massive mechanical explosion. Intense heat and fire all shoot out into the room around you, and you are going to take... Wow. You are going to take 20 points of damage.
Oh.
Is that a wound for you?
Yes.
Okay, so you're wounded one time.
wounded
As
once.
you are thrown across the room and hit a wall, and you slam down and are just able to open your eyes and sort of see this explosion across the room that is going through the engine room, but the fire is sort of coalescing and being pulled into a space. And you can see that space is just this weird humanoid, almost like Flood from Halo looking thing that is like a purplish brown humanoid amalgam that is absorbing this heat in a rapid pace and this light, and is just growing like a tumor, like extremely fast. And it is just growing and growing and
I start
growing.
screaming at the top of
You
my
start
lungs as soon
screaming.
as I coming to.
Roll me a panic check, please. And you're going to take 2 points of stress before that happens.
Okay. Okay.
Anybody would be.
19. 19 over 6.
Okay, you're good. You do not panic, but you are freaking out a little bit, and you're like, "Oh my God, what is going on?" It is going to approach you. It's going to shamble across the engine room over towards you, and it is going to make a swipe. That is going to be a general combat check. And that is going to be an 18. So it will hit. And that is going to do... That is going to do another 20 points of damage.
That's another wound.
It's another wound. Do you have one wound left?
I don't know. How many wounds do we get?
It should say on your thing.
Let's see.
Maximum wounds.
Yep.
Oh, maximum wounds 2.
2?
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Double wounded.
You are dead.
I'm
I
dead.
need you to roll me, roll
No,
me,
Captain
roll
Thanos.
me a death save. Okay. So. Hold on. I need to check this. Death saves. Where are they? Where are they?
Scrambling.
I'm shaking in my slippers.
Is he dead?
After we hear the explosion, can we, we're like, Clank, can you pull up some feet? What just happened?
Clank shows you. Okay, roll me a d10, Emilio. And don't tell us what you have, okay?
Okay.
Just roll
10.
the d10 and leave it there.
Okay.
The creature,
86.
we don't know what happens. You see Clank pulls up a list of parts of the ship, and it tells you that one of the ship's engines has gone completely dark.
Shit. How did it get to the
Engine
engine?
2, defunct.
What was that explosion, Clank? Is there still oxygen in the engine room?
Oxygen still available. Decreasing. 80%.
Is the door between the
79%.
mainframe and the engine room closed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
Yep.
That means our only choices are honestly to stay in here in the mainframe and hope,
I
or
gotta
go through
check
the
on
med
the
bay and
captain.
get to the bridge.
I want to open the door.
You open the door. As you open the door, you see a massive creature in front of you. As you see a body lying on its face over in the distance.
Captain! And I want to start shooting the thing.
You start shooting. All right, roll me a combat check. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I don't have to talk to use the mainframe, right? Like, I'm basically communicating through code.
Yeah.
Can I basically send out, like, a message to, like, AVP that the ship is, like, ready for pickup, ready for interception?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have a what the fuck is it called? You guys have an emergency beacon if you'd like to use that.
I got a success on combat.
All right, you start blasting. Roll me damage.
D20?
Nope.
Or
Are you
Still the
using
10.
your SMG or your pulse rifle?
the rifle.
All right, so roll me
Forgot it's
3d10.
there. Oh jeez.
Shoot that shit, bro.
8, 7, and a 1. So that's
16.
16.
Ooh wee. All right, so you
You better
blast
not hope
through
it's
it.
hot lead.
That goes through one of its wounds as you just riddle it with bullet holes, and it just kind of gets hit, and it reacts, turns to you, and it lunges at you. Is there anything that anyone else wants to do in this round?
I want to go the opposite direction that Raj went in the mainframe.
So you're going up to here. You're gonna open
Yeah, I'll
this,
take my
open this door.
chances.
Okay, this was just locked down by Fido.
Oh, shit.
I yelled to Henry, would you like me to open it?
We can't stay in here.
I open it.
The door opens up. You run through. As you run through, you see Rufus sitting there with a sad look on his face.
When I unlocked it, I would have unlocked the door to the tunnel or
Yep.
the hallway
Sure.
too.
Yeah.
I tell Henry, I'm gonna go with our plan. I'm gonna grab Rufus and I'm gonna bring him into the cryo chamber.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna try to make my way through the galley up to the bridge.
Okay, you start running up to the bridge. Fido goes for Rufus and starts ushering him over to the cryo chambers.
I'm running to the fucking cargo bay towards the aeronautics.
Okay, Fido, you get in there, and Rufus starts to book it out of the doors. He immediately takes a right.
I just let him do it. I just
You
kind
just
of
let him
walk
do it?
after him. I walk after
Okay,
him. Yeah.
he disappears towards the cargo bay, and you are slowly walking. Raj behind you is just like shooting at this thing. As you see the creature jumps up into the ceiling and goes through an air vent and just disappears out of the engine room. As you now see one engine completely in flames, the other one a little messed up, and on the other side, a completely on his face Thanos. What are you doing, Raj?
Run into the captain.
You run into the captain? All right, you run and flip the captain over. What number did you roll in a D10, Thanos?
1.
A 1?
Yeah.
You are unconscious and dying. So you will be dead in 1d5 rounds if Raj can't help you.
I want to slap him and say, "Get up!"
Jake, if you can make this, just ride it out here. If it's okay to go bleed over a few minutes, that's okay. We're going to be finished soon. But,
Yeah, I think so. She hasn't texted me, so.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, he is dying currently, Raj. You would need to administer either a stim pack, or you're going to have to make me an intellect roll with at disadvantage.
Nah, I'm putting him on my shoulders and I'm running to the med bay.
Okay, you put him on your shoulder. You run to the med bay. As you run to the med bay, you throw him down onto the med bay floor. As you scramble around, are you grabbing a stim pack or a first aid kit?
Yeah, I'm grabbing a stim pack.
Okay, you're grabbing a stim. You go up and push the stim into his body. All right, sounds good. So the stim pack is going to be, let's see. All right. Stim pack. Okay, so your stress is reduced by 1. You are going to roll me a d10.
Well, D10. Me?
Yep.
Me roll?
Yep.
That's a 9.
Okay. Okay, so you have 9 points of health. You have advantage on all rolls for the next roll 1d10 for the next
That adrenaline
for
shot
the next
right there.
1 minute. You have advantage. I rolled the worst. I'm sorry. You have advantage on all checks for the next 1 minute. And
That's
you
some good shit.
You are up 9 points. So you are back.
Okay.
As you feel yourself like
So back.
you come
Oh,
back
fuck.
and you realize that your right arm is gone at like halfway down the shoulder.
Oh.
It sliced your arm clean off.
Oh. I'm gonna run over to the first aid kit and administer that to myself in a kind of frenzy.
Sure. Yeah, you do the best that you can.
Thank you, Raj. I owe you my life.
You're the only one with any sense on this ship. I can't let you fucking die. And I want to take the SMG off my shoulder and I want to hand it to him and then I want to sprint out. We go, hoorah! Fucking sprint
Okay.
out.
Roz sprints out into the galley, following, but you run into the hallway and you immediately find Fido is like slowly walking into the galley as those doors are completely open. It's unnerving a little bit to see Fido moving this slowly in such a moment. And as you guys both turn the corner and start running, all 3 of you guys roll me stress checks. Actually, Rufus, you roll me one as well. So roll me.
Me too.
Everyone roll me a fear save. Yeah, Henry, you as well.
Oh, fear save.
Where are you at, Henry?
Headed up towards the bridge.
Right.
Wow.
Yep.
Pop these bad boys out.
Lower is better. Lower is pass.
Lower is
Lowest
better.
bet.
Yep.
For what? A
All
fear?
right, I
It's
passed.
gonna be a fear
Oh, I
save.
passed. I passed that. We
Did
win
anybody
those.
fail?
Is it over? I got
No.
52.
Over.
Oh. Yeah. What?
What is
What's the number
94?
that's on your thing
For stress?
for fear?
Oh, 83.
Okay, so you're good. Yeah.
Oh, I
50
understand. Okay.
52 over
I get
83.
it
You're good. Did anyone fail?
What qualifies as a critical? Is it below 10 or over 10? Like, you know what I mean?
It is a double. A critical fail is a double over, and a critical success is a double under. So what'd you roll?
I rolled just 5.
Oh, in that case,
double
I-
fives.
No, as in double 0 and then a 5.
Okay, so you need to roll the same number in both die for it to be a critical.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
So,
So, I
like,
just,
if you,
I
if
just
you
have
roll
a 5.
double, if you roll snake eyes, that's
Mhm.
a critical.
Okay.
So you rolled a 5, so you are success. Normal.
Mm-hmm.
Great success.
Huh?
Kyle, what'd you say you rolled?
I got 94 over 25.
All right, so that's a fail. So
Damn.
whoever
Yeah.
failed, you are going to gain a
Right.
point of stress as Henry is sprinting to the bridge. The rest of you are making your way through the mid bay, into the hallway, into the galley. You make your way into the galley, everyone, and you see the doors are closing right behind the cargo bay, where Rufus has just slammed into that room and is currently alone in there. What are you guys doing? As I will say, as you look around in this room, you notice immediately that the science room here, the window that has broken and got hit with the fire earlier, a majority of I'm gonna say this whole space has been taken to the fungus.
What space?
We don't see anything you're drawing.
Whoa.
Oh, there it is.
God damn!
This would be the epicenter.
That rogue line, not quite that, but all the other ones, yes. That rogue one, no.
I want to put on the spare battle suit with
Okay.
my nub arm.
All right, yeah, you. Right, yeah. You run in to the arms locker up here and you throw on that other battle suit. You manage to throw it on in time. As the rest of the crew is in the galley, as Henry is running up, you get to the bridge as the door opens up and you run inside. Henry, what are you doing in there?
I want to see if I can get to some form of navigation.
Mhm.
Can I ask Clank, what's our course?
Our course is heading to AVP Laboratories. We'll be there in 1 day, 19 hours, 36 minutes, 27 seconds.
Like, can we?
I need you to cut our journey short. I need you to shut off the engine.
Whoa.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Wait, Henry. I don't know if you want to do that.
Thanos, you are in the galley. Henry is in the bridge.
Oh,
As-
okay. We
as-
didn't all go in.
No, he ran up there well before you guys. But you were
Oh.
kind of with the rest of the crew in the galley. But Henry ran to the bridge. As you hear, Henry, authorization needed from Captain.
Can I broadcast myself to the rest of the ship via Clank?
Broadcasting to rest of the ship.
All right. Now I know this sounds drastic, but at worst, we don't make it out of here, but the ship doesn't make it to where this can spread. At best, our engines are off and not feeding this thing any more energy. It's up to you, though, Captain.
We're right in the galley, right?
Yep.
Can I just start running my way to the bridge?
Mm-hmm. The bridge
wanna
opens. You start running
broadcast.
there. You start broadcasting, Raj. Broadcast
I
to
go-
rest of ship.
Respectfully, Henry, fuck you. I'm going home.
God, he's dumb.
Am I in the galley as well, or am I still kind of meandering into
You're
the
in the
galley?
galley. You're in the galley.
And who am I in there with? Now no one?
Probably Raj alone. Rufus has run into the cargo bay. Thanos and Henry are both running up to the bridge. It is you and Raj in the galley.
You might be right to kill the engines, Raj.
I don't think so.
Where
I
is
think we
home
need
for
to
you?
get to
You
where we're
wanted
going.
AVP?
What do you want, a fucking backstory right now? Where's home for me? I just want to be off this fucking ship.
So you're saying, okay, so go back to AVP?
God,
That's
you
where
fucking
it's charted
clankers
right
don't
now.
understand. Life doesn't mean anything to you pieces of shit. Listen, we gotta get off this fucking ship.
Our escape pod is gone. I don't know where you want us to go.
I want us to go full fucking blast ahead into the goddamn station.
At AVP?
AVP.
Tell him.
I just did. I said respectfully, fuck you, Henry.
I don't
Keep
know
it
if he-
fucking going.
Is he saying
did,
that
I
into
heard
the
it.
intercom?
Yeah, I broadcast it back to him.
Okay, I just didn't know if he actually heard him say that.
Oh, I think that was transmitted. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, Henry and Thanos, you are both at the bridge. Clank comes onto the comms. Final objective. What should we do, Captain?
Like, can this bridge detach from the main hull?
It can.
Interesting. I start broadcasting immediately. Raj and Fido, please report to the bridge immediately.
I run to that bridge.
Yeah, I'll run with him.
Okay. The two of you run to the bridge. I think I want Raj and Fido to both make me a body save.
No.
Oh,
That is
the tendrils.
They always
That
called Raj
is-
the body.
That is a
It's a s-
fail.
Yeah, it's a fail.
Okay. They make it to the bridge with you.
Okay. Clank, activate detachment from main hull. And activate concourse towards AVP facilities.
No thrusters present on only the bridge. Would you like me to enact calls to AVP for SOS?
Think
Are you
that may
guys
be
okay?
better.
Are you guys okay with detaching from the main hull and calling for a SOS?
How much oxygen do we have in here?
That's a good point. Clank, could you answer that? For
Routing all oxygen to bridge would allow for 27 hours of oxygen.
I don't know if that's enough, Captain.
about a day's ride.
You are
out.
a
Yeah.
little bit over a
We're a
day's
day's
out.
journey.
That might be just enough for what we need.
Grabbing vac suits may help on the way out.
Oh shit. Where are the vac suits? Where did we put the vac suits, guys?
Cargo bay.
Is that in the arms
Sir.
locker? Oh,
Son of a bitch.
How does this work
Rufus?
exactly? Can you disconnect any parts of the ship? Is it just the bridge? Clank?
I can disconnect the bridge whenever you're ready.
Yeah, but what if we went in like the cryo chambers? What if we cryo slept a little bit? You think could we get disconnected from the ship? Maybe just float around in space with an SOS or something? I don't know. What's going on here?
Not in the cryo chambers. If you wanted to go to the cryo chambers, I could lock down all doors and leave you to sleep.
Well, that didn't do very very well with the science lab. I don't know how it's going to do with the cryo chambers.
It is up to you,
Well-
Captain.
Rufus looks like he was in bad shape, and I believe he was in the cargo bay, so I don't think we should risk going in there after what we just saw. And, you know, me missing an entire arm now. I think it's best if we just detach now after rerouting all the oxygen to the bridge and send out an SOS beacon in hopes that we'll be saved.
But if we're a day and 19 hours away from AVP and it's 27 hours of oxygen, you guys aren't going to survive. It might be best for our survival if we go by Henry's suggestion and we just call the SOS or maintain our route.
Clank, how much oxygen would we have if there were only 2 people in this bridge?
If we routed all oxygen to the bridge for 2 individuals, that would burn 42 hours of oxygen.
Listen, Captain, I signed on with a fucking duty. I'm gonna go in the cryo chambers and sleep it out and let you motherfuckers try to get SOS picked up.
You're
Raj,
a brave
you are
soldier.
a noble soldier.
You know,
You
I'm
are
here
a
for a
brave
duty. I'm
soldier.
hoping to get home. Well, we'll just see how the fuck it goes, but I'm leaving and I want to walk out the door.
Okay.
You sleep well, Raj.
Wait, before I leave,
No one's stopping.
before I leave, let me get those
Bloody.
cigarettes, Captain.
I toss
think
him
I'm
the
gonna
whole
use
pack
them
with my lighter.
You get a
Denied.
fresh pack of Marlboro Reds.
Oh no, Mike.
Yeah, Raj, you do that.
You deserved it, Raj.
Using up some
All right,
oxygen.
Raj
to
gets
hot box.
thematically passed a pack of Marlboro Reds.
Got the Marlboro Reds.
All right.
Yeah, all right. I'm just walking out the fucking door, lighting a cigarette and holding the gun.
Okay.
You know.
You walk down, and as you get right here, Raj. Sorry, hold on. Right here.
Mhm.
You see a thick coating of fungus on the interior of your viewing bay, the window slot. Thick fungus.
God fucking damn it. I'm going in. I'm doing it.
All right. Clear to open galley door.
Semper Fi, motherfucker. I don't want to open the gate.
Opening galley door as it opens up, and it is just a room full of this brownish purple fungus that is just waiting for you to step in. And you are in your battle dress. So I'm going to need you to roll me a body save, please. At advantage.
That's rolled twice.
Mm-hmm.
I want Clank to
Yeah,
pull up a
huge
feed of
fail.
this.
Ginormous fail.
Clank
I'm gonna
pulls a
watch
feed up.
this.
Yep. You guys all watch as he starts running through the halls into the galley.
Covering my mouth.
Damn, Raj is getting fucked up.
What did you get on your body save?
Huge fail. It was like a 75.
For disadvantage
what?
too?
Yeah. For
Or for
advantage.
advantage too?
Yeah.
Okay, you still
You got-
okay. You guys see Raj runs in, covers his mouth, starts firing his pulse rifle out at different connections of fungus. Tendrils are flying out as he's blasting them, and he's running over. You see he makes it down the hallway, gets through the first line of doors and into the cryo chambers. To the cryo chambers. Rufus, what are you doing in all this time?
I'm going up to the mainframe
Mm-hmm.
and dialing in. I say, Clank.
Yes.
How's
Rufus.
actually? Hold on. How are the airlocks work? Is it like you open the airlock, then it closes, then there's a separate air? Say like if there's a cube, you go and enter the cube, and then it closes behind you, and then it opens from the bottom, kind of idea? Is that what we're saying?
Mhm.
Is there like a manual input for that in the airlock as well? Say like like a power box that I can manually just open the airlock with me in it.
Only for certain personnel, I think.
Mhm.
If Thanos would allow you to have that clearance, then that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Emilio,
All right,
do you
Clank.
think you give that?
Oh,
Does
absolutely.
Does Rufus have the clearance to do so? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. So Rufus, What do you do?
Clank. Clank, I need you to, if you have these capabilities, I need you to purge the ship. I need you to, if there's self-destruct, anything, I need you to purge the ship. And that's my final command for that.
Purge the ship by command of Rufus Bonert. Running to Captain. As Thanos, you, Henry, and Fido all hear. Directive ordered. Purge ship. Rufus Bonert. Confirm or deny?
Deny, 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 deny.
Deny. As Rufus, you hear a response that says, denied by Captain Thanos.
Clank, palm me into the bridge.
Calmed into bridge. As the screen pops up of Rufus, splotchy as hell, all over his face.
Oh!
Splotches. His body, he is in only boxer shorts, as his body is covered in these splotches. As you are seeing like explosions all behind him. The entirety of the room behind him is black and purple fungus being grown.
Oh shit. Rufus,
Captain.
what's going on?
Captain, I think it is in your best interest to detonate this ship. Either that or leave it stranded somewhere off course and do not let someone intercept this. It was a pleasure working with you guys. I'm gonna go off the ship.
Rufus. No.
Wait, Rufus, how are you going off the ship? There's no escape pod.
The airlock.
You're gonna compromise the integrity of the entire ship if you do that.
Good.
He ran to the cargo bay.
Isn't this one of those things? If you open the airlock, won't it like rapidly like decompress? Because you're in the vacuum.
just
Like
the airlock
he'd
chamber.
destroy the ship, right?
No. There is an airlock right here. So he could lock down like this half of the ship and then open this lock right here and just be sucked out into space.
Mm-hmm. We can't blow up the ship, Captain. We can't risk it.
Thanos,
We can't blow this up.
You are now getting an objective, not an objective, but a warning of the bridge closet here. Only accessible by you, and it has access to an emergency beacon, binoculars, assorted tools, and an emergency explosives and detonator.
Okay. I'm going to open that up and use the beacon immediately.
You pull the beacon out.
Then I'm going to say...
It starts going
Clank.
off. Yes,
Please
Captain.
disengage main thrusters and all power to main hull. And also revert all O2 to the bridge stat.
Sorry,
After
y'all.
that is accomplished, please detach the bridge from the main hull. Go ahead, Fido, sorry.
No, you're good. Sorry, I gotta go. I gotta go pick her up. But
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Be safe.
yeah, PCR.
All right.
Peace.
Rerouting all energy to bridge
Can I?
O2 to bridge.
Is there any way I can pull up comms to the bridge? You know, Clank.
Mhm.
Comms to the captain.
Comms pop up.
Rush!
Listen, Captain. I was never gonna sleep in these cargo chambers, in these cryo chambers. It's I think it's over for me. I'm pretty sure the thing got me while I was running through the galley.
No, Rush. Are you
If
sure
I'm
you
going
don't want
out,
to
I'm
try?
going out my own way, Captain.
No.
I'm
You're an
going out
honorable
my own
soldier.
way, Captain.
You're an honorable soldier.
Salute, Captain.
Salute, Rush.
Talk about me at the bars over some drinks, why don't you?
I will. I'm gonna pour one out for you, buddy.
Goodbye, Captain. I'm blowing my brains out right then. Still
Damn!
on comms.
On cam.
Yeah, I'm blowing
Cam,
my
you couldn't hang
God,
up.
Making him
okay.
watch.
So, Captain Thanos,
Bro,
do
how
you
many
wait to
stress
see
points is
this,
that?
or do you cut it away?
No, I watched the whole thing.
Okay, I need
God,
everyone in the room. So Rufus, Henry, and Thanos, you are all gonna add 5 to your stress.
Wait, I
as
saw
you-
that.
No, Rufus, no. Henry
I
and
was gonna
Thanos, you're gonna add 5 to your stress as you see this happen. And my God, I think I need both of you guys, Henry and Thanos, to roll me a panic check
All right.
as you.
12 out of 10.
Okay, you're good.
Has to be
Above.
more than your current
Above.
stress. Pass.
Okay. Both of you guys pass your panic
Oh.
checks again.
Yep.
All right. So
Oh.
you hear a as the bridge detaches from the rest of the ship. Shards of crimson go spraying throughout the cryo chamber as it cuts away. Henry
Well.
and Thanos, you guys sit there in the bridge amongst an android, emotionless. It stares out at the two of you as an emergency beacon goes off. You feel yourselves drifting away into the cosmos, knowing that you're heading towards AVP labs. I think as a final send-off, I want Henry, Thanos, and I will roll for Jake to roll me a body save.
What about Raj?
9. Pass.
Oh, Raj is dead.
Raj is rolling
Yeah,
body
exactly.
save.
What about Raj? See if
Oh,
he
You guys,
shit.
missed.
do you
I
guys succeed or
survived.
fail?
I got 000.
Damn. Nice.
Critical success.
Nice.
Thanos?
9. So pass.
All right. And I think I rolled a 16, so I think I probably rolled below. But the rest of you, Henry, Thanos, your android friend, you go drifting off in a subtle silence, spinning through the cosmos, knowing where you should be going, but wondering where your old cargo will end up. Is AVP going to find this derelict ship? Is someone else going to find this derelict ship? What is going to happen to Raj? And what is going to happen to Rufus? Are they still out there somewhere? Or are they gone? Lost to the fungus? We don't know. But after a few days, those of you left on the derelict bridge find yourselves being caught by an AVP Scientific Labs reconnaissance ship as they find themselves peering into your space with Henry, Thanos, Fido. I want one final body save for the three of you.
Just for how long was it until they got
Triple
found?
0.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was 2 more days before they were found.
All right.
000 is a critical success. Henry?
I got 9 total.
So that's a
Damn.
success.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 1. on
Man, you and
mine
Emilio
for-
switch numbers.
for Hog.
Yeah, we did from last round.
So
Mm?
as you all look in. There appears to be no substantial leak of the organism looking into the Albatross. But the derelict Albatross floats throughout space. And as Thanos, Henry, and Fido all find themselves back aboard AVP Laboratories, a crew is set out to go find the rest of the Albatross in hopes to salvage whatever was left behind. The three of you, two of you rather, Henry and Thanos, Fido, notice as you are sending a crew out to depart their way over towards the Albatross, you notice that there is a small crew. And you couldn't help but wonder if your pals Rufus and maybe Raj are going to be waiting on that ship for whoever is to come. And that's where we're going to end it. Good job, guys. Thank you for playing. It was very fun.
That was fun.
That was good. I like that.
I think we have a long ways to go with this system. There are a lot of things that could be done better, things that could be done worse, but I appreciate you guys for sticking through it with me. And maybe in the future we'll know the destiny of the Albatross and what actually happened to Rufus and Raj. But for now, I thank you guys for joining me. It was a good time. And we will find ourselves into the space, into the cosmos, next time.
Yes.
Yes.
That was good.
Thank
That was
you.
good. Thank you, brother.
Say
Thanks for running
goodbye.
that.
Say goodbye to the stream.
Bye-bye.
Catch us
Goodbye, stream.
next time.
Go swimming.
Goodbye.
Nice dream.